This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me, I bet you wish you was me, I know it, I know.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the OnlyFriends podcast. This is episode number 61, day 24 of the WSOP. We are at the exact halfway point, and today's the day that I gave up.
Hi.
Welcome to the show, Ryan.
Thank you. Yes, he's given up.
He still has hope.
We're opening with Roe v. Wade.
We're not.
We had a big pre-show debate where Matt is freaking out and whether or not we should address it.
We're not talking about it.
Okay, so we're not talking.
This is not the group to talk to it about.
Yeah, you really picked a bad day to want to talk about politics. We're all like.
I picked a bad day.
Stupid.
I
Yeah.
didn't pass the fucking law.
Well, you should have passed it on a different day.
Do you know how a daily variety show works with news?
No.
When news breaks, you speak.
Oh.
That's it.
All right, well, we've spoken.
It's like
There's the news.
Like, you picked
Apparently
a
we're
bad
a
day for the
news
Millionaire
show.
Maker winner. Like, fuck that guy. I don't want to talk about him today.
Well, then the nightly news today. Okay,
Wait, you're
what
a
else?
daily variety show with news is how you would describe the show?
I would not describe it that way.
How would you describe
Well, variety show is like you have a dog doing backflips and like
Yeah,
a
you
dude
got
on a
a clown in
unicycle
the
spinning
corner
plates.
juggling.
Like it's a good conversation podcast.
That's what the 50s were.
Well, that's what I think of when I'm like variety show.
Right,
Like,
Just a
in the 50s.
podcast.
Now it's just a variety of topics.
right, where we talk abortion laws, poker, abortion laws,
Yeah.
poker.
No. Whatever.
Yeah.
I
mean,
love this show. I'm a big fan, by the way. Thanks. I feel so great that I could just text you and end up here. Like, not that fat. No, it's not that easy. He ignores me once in a while. A good ratio enough. But
yeah, I mean, to be fair, there were a lot of day twos in the room. So, we had a...
yo, I'm thrilled. You could hear me. I got a cold, but I still am. This is too hype to be here. It's like, yo, I'm gangster enough to be on a show that I'm just a fan of. But yeah, so about babies. So what are we
No.
gonna do?
No.
All right.
Okay.
We're not doing it. We're simply not doing it.
But the Colossus is delayed because of this. Like, I mean,
The Colossus is delayed
because
because
of Roe v. Wade?
apparently 10,000 people flooded their way into the Paris Bally's today.
10,000?
I don't know what the number was, but it sounded like they couldn't handle.
We have a previous Colossus final table list.
We do.
Wow.
In our presence.
We do.
Is that what
It's
you're
a
doing
good,
today?
good timing.
I had the pleasure of playing with him
yeah.
on like day 4 that year, shouting at Doug across the room,
Wow.
just screaming, "Hey, Doug! It's me, Ryan!"
Yeah, I was douchey. I actually, in a vlog today, I'm apologizing to Aaron Massey for saying stuff about him that's not true. Doug, I apologize to privately for like using him as a prop. However he reacted to me.
Why? That was literally how he built his public career.
That's the plot. Look at him.
His wrongs aside, I treated him like I understand his reaction to me now in hindsight, because like I just wasn't actually like coming up to him cool. I was just like filming him yelling at him, and then whatever, I didn't treat him like a person.
Yeah.
Even though to me, it was like I was so excited to meet like this big YouTuber that like I thought owed me because I also make YouTube videos.
In your vlog.
Yeah, I was using him in that moment, and so when you're first treating somebody like that, I understand them reacting that way. But anyway,
I don't.
What?
I don't understand it at
You don't
all.
like
It's
that.
It's part of the gig, man.
I felt that yeah.
People come up to me when I'm pissing, like,
Oh yeah.
They do.
it's yeah. Yesterday I was in the bathroom. I literally had just finished peeing, as did another guy, and he went to like fist pump me, and we both
Ew.
realized that neither of us had washed our hands yet. We just stopped.
The first time this shit happened to me, I've gone to a stall ever since.
Yeah, it's just like it's part
so
of the
weird
gig.
to me that guys like pee, like you guys just stand next to each other and pee with your dicks out.
Luckily
like,
at the
There are
WSOP,
partitions.
there's good barriers, so there's not
but there isn't
dick
always
peepage.
barriers, right?
Yo,
The
at
only
Wrigley
time-
Field, it's a pan.
Yeah, the only
Yeah.
time that
there's
you're
nothing.
The only time you're peeing into a trough is at like sports stadiums.
Yeah, but sometimes there's like a fancy restaurant and it's just like a
No.
marble.
And that one
No?
gas station on the way to LA.
How would you know?
I
Fancy
just-
restaurants just have
I'm
a
just
marble
guessing.
like
a marble slab and there's
A
a,
bowl of
fountain
diamonds.
She's
that you
right.
piss into,
No,
right?
she's
Yeah.
not.
Yes, she is.
When was the last time you went to a fancy restaurant and pissed in a trough?
Not a trough, a marble fountain. Like that's
which is just
long.
a fancy name for a trough.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what a trough is.
Me
but
neither,
The,
yeah.
the fancy
trough.
marbles thing.
Yeah,
Yes. is-
right, with no partition.
Yes.
A trough is like just a long thing that horses drink out of, otherwise known as the thing that you piss in when you're in a sports stadium.
Well, no, fancy places have
What
a
sports
long
stadium has that?
marble.
Wait, what
A marble
sports
trough.
stadium has that? Well, a trough.
Basically, all old stadiums like Wrigley Field,
I was gonna say I have never seen.
old Yankee Stadium
What's
for
that?
sure had it.
Is it a trough or trough?
Trough.
Trough.
Yo, listen.
T?
Listen, so the P game is whatever. Bathroom recognition is one thing. Yeah, people.
Those things are not common, and definitely not in fancy restaurants.
Not
how did we
here.
get on this?
There's definitely a couple in New York.
How we get on this? Because I'm a tangent queen.
No. But
And
no,
apparently
I don't
she
mean.
goes in men's bathrooms.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I didn't
yeah.
mean why
I
are we
have
here.
been
I
in men's
love talking
bathrooms.
about bathrooms.
Like some okay, so like WSOP is not one of them, but some places the line for the bathroom is way shorter in the men's line than the women's. Like
Mhm.
intermission at a concert or something. So you just go in the men's.
There's signs for the ladies' It's the reverse at WSOP because
Yeah.
it's all dudes, and there's a sign out front of the ladies'
Yes.
room now that says "ladies only."
Ladies only.
Last year it was men's and then gender neutral.
Oh.
And a guy I met in Texas was like, "Yeah, all those guys were not man enough to go in the gender neutral. I was, and you were," because there was no one. I was like, "Yo, I don't care." And then in there, people were really nice. There was only a few people. It was all dudes.
Yeah.
But it was like
In the gender
I
neutral.
bumped
So
into
there's
a
no
guy.
women's. There's only gender neutral and men's.
But
mean,
we were all gender neutral in
Just
there. It was a cool ass.
just the erasure of women.
The real upside to the gender neutral bathroom that nobody wants to talk about is it was the cleanest place to shit.
Oh,
yeah,
you
because
used it
there's
too?
a lot of guys who don't want to
Right.
go in there and be called gender neutral by their
Well, they
friends.
also just
That's
like
so
don't go in
stupid.
there and piss all over the toilet seat like they do in the men's bathroom.
Women do that.
Piss on the toilet
Oh
seat?
yeah, and bleed.
How?
There's blood. There's shit.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh my! Because nobody touches the toilet.
Yeah, because we all hover.
I don't care. Tell me the physics of this. Like,
I don't know. I wish I knew.
It's
the
a
things
big
I've seen in
bowl.
women's bathrooms.
why are we? I don't want to talk about
Like,
this anymore.
That's why
it's
I
like
asked how we
it's just like they wiped like on the end, like on the ridge of the toilet bowl.
Okay, the bowl fine, but like not the actual seat.
Yeah, the seat. I mean,
the seat.
yeah, it's like they
You're not- they're not
used it as
sitting.
a cutter.
I'm trying to get my get the
Repugnant.
vibe here, but I can't stop thinking about Roe v. Wade. No, I'm joking. How do we? Wait, I don't mean how do we get here? Like you went on a
Yeah.
tangent. Like what led us to it? Because there was more stuff to say about the original thing.
Meeting people in the bathroom.
Matt
Yeah.
making
Like
friends in the
getting- yeah,
bathroom.
like
Isn't
getting
it a foot tap
approached.
system, Matt? Not a fist pump that you guys use?
Foot tap
Under
would
the
be.
stall.
Hey, that's weird.
Yeah.
You guys are playing footsie while you're peeing.
That's how you let them know.
That's the gay signal at rest
Yeah.
stops. Remember that politician got like in trouble for it, like doing like it's like a combo move you do or some shit.
like a fancy foot trick.
Yo, it's like yeah,
combo.
like a certain step
It's Morse
sequence.
code. It's like
A 360.
long tap.
Yeah, want to
Quick
get your
tap,
dick
quick
sucked.
tap.
Like yeah, like no, that's a real thing. But anyway, yeah, the bathrooms. But before that, with the
We were talking
Colossus
about
being a zoo.
Polk.
Oh yeah.
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 Me being a piece of shit. Yeah, yo. So listen. So I said stuff about Aaron Massey that wasn't true, trying to be funny in a podcast I did that I deleted, which is wrong. Like, and like so the things with Polk is that.
Man, the fact that you can offend Massey is like pretty impressive.
Well, I said that he sells a mark. I use him as an example as a shit reg, who like flies around the country selling a markup, losing, and then acting like they're winning, and none of that stuff's true about him. And it's not fair. The thing is,
okay, that's fair. I could see him getting upset about that.
because he should be upset because it's not
Yeah,
true. And
right.
Yeah.
and even if it were, I didn't know anything at the time. I did it out of like this little butthurt resentment, toxic that I kept in the Rolodex. I didn't need to name anyone with the
Yeah.
bit because it was in the context of like ways to be
That's
a
very
poker pro.
self-aware of you, though. To know that comes from.
Well,
you know?
I mean, it took me a couple times. I bumped into him, felt like shit about
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then deleted it, half bootleg, made amends, and
There's
then did it
something
again.
very enigmatic about you.
What does
in
that word mean?
Enigmatic?
Like puzzling. It's
Unique.
it's this thing where it's like as I get to know you, it's on the surface you're the most rigid, offensive, like uncut, raw version of yourself that is going to rub most people the wrong way because you're not watching your words, you're not towing the line, you're not PC. But when you peel that back, you're actually like very mindful and thoughtful.
Yes.
And I think that like everything comes from a good place. You're just very much a speak first and ask for apologies later or apologize later kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to. Yeah, that's why I don't want to get too much. I hope people in the comments on my vlog when I apologize to him aren't like, this is great of you, because it's like I'm just cleaning up my own shit, man.
Yeah. It is like, I understand that because, well, we've talked about this, but we both are sober and stuff, and it does come from like a selfish place, but it's like in order to like stay on the up and up, you do kind of have to clean up your stuff that you feel shitty about.
Yo,
Yeah.
Berk, do you remember what you came home and said the night you played with Ryan in the Colossus?
That he found the man of his dreams.
No, but I'm sure I wasn't nice. He was annoying as fuck.
Was I? Oh yeah.
No. You did say, I played with Apollo for most of the day, and he's not as dumb as I thought he was.
Really? Oh, you remember that? That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
I busted at your table.
I know. I remember. I didn't even know you knew who I was or not at the time. I don't remember if I had it.
Well, you had the beef with Doug, and that I enjoyed.
Oh yeah, that had just gone off on Twitter.
Yeah, that'll
it was
win you
like
over.
peak Doug versus me.
Yeah.
That same summer, I final tabled the 1500 six max, and ended up busting fifth. And Doug was doing commentary with Lon, and they thought it would be a great idea to bring me in after busting fifth to commentate from 4 down. And I go in there, and he just spends like the first 9 minutes eviscerating my play. I was like, this is enjoyable.
What you flaked on a cash game with him.
Here's the whole story
You
behind that.
chickened out basically. You committed and reneged is what I heard from his video. I'm joking. I don't know
actually,
anything.
I mean, not that this is even a sensitive subject anymore, but what happened was there was a back-to-back week at Live at the Bike of mid to high stakes. So the first week was supposed to be like all 25-50, but Garrett was in the game. So every game was like 25-50, 1-2. One of the games fee won like 120,000 to give you an idea how big the game was. So I played that whole week. And like getting cash there was tough. At the time, I was mostly playing in Ivy's room in JRB's game, and I had a backer. So like I didn't have a ton of liquidity myself. Almost everything was in chips, and it was in Aria chips. And here's the big thing about playing LA stream games. If you're from Vegas, good fucking luck trying to convert Vegas chips into LA chips. No one there is doing you any favors.
Wait. I don't even understand how this money laundering cash stuff
It's
works.
not laundering. It's
No, but I mean, why bring chips instead of cash?
Well, that's the point I'm trying to get at. So like when you're in the Vegas ecosystem, all the casinos work together. So if I take an Aria chip to win, they'll just swap it,
Yeah.
right?
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like if I'm at Resorts World, I only have Aria chips. I'll just like, and I'm like buying chips or whatever. Like I'll just give them that, and they'll bring me back Resorts World chips.
I literally didn't know that.
So everything in this ecosystem here is interchangeable, and then amongst like other pros, it's very easy to just like constantly be swapping like crypto for chips, chips for cash, whatever you need to do.
Favors for whatever.
Yeah. But when you go to LA, it's a completely different ecosystem. And for some reason, as close as we are together, like almost no one from LA comes to Vegas, and almost nobody from Vegas goes to LA. So like you go there for these big games, and we were supposed to play the 25-50 or whatever the first week, and then the second week was supposed to be 50, 100, 100, 200, and then 200, 400 with an unknown ante. So it was progressively getting bigger, and the games were going to be somewhat tough. So, realistically speaking, you need a few $100,000 to go out there and play. So I think I brought, or I don't even remember how I was able to get like I had some cash in my bank, and I think I was able to like wire 190K or something like that.
Just a little
Humble
pocket
brag.
change in his bank.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like
Because I could scrap together a little
it was
bit.
like the majority of my liquidity at the time, because I had like a couple million in chips, but they're not mine. Number one,
But we were already impressed. 190K. God,
they're
man.
not mine. That's the thing. So it's like I can't.
But wait, so go on. Sorry.
Well, so like I'm back, so they're not even my chips. It's not like I can just like turn them into cash, because then I have the tax burden on money that's not mine, right? So it wasn't that simple. I needed to find a way to exchange chip for chip, and that wasn't viable. So I just basically took my liquidity, sent it, went, got wrecked week 1, lost like 80K or 90K, something like that. Went into week 2, and then that famous hand between me and Polk happened where he raised flop on ace 7-7 with 9-8 and hit running nines versus my ace king. Obliterated me. Somehow I was left with like 30,000, spun it back up to like 100, and we were supposed to play this 200-400 game, but it kept changing. The lineup like continually kept falling apart. So initially it was like me, Polk, Fee, and like 6 Rex. And then it became like me, Polk, Fee, Jason McConnell, and like 4 Rex. And then it became me, Polk, Fee, Garrett, Jason McConnell, and 2 Rex. And then it became me, Polk, Fee, Jason McConnell, and Jungle Man, and 1 Rex.
Yo, fuck that.
And then
Yeah,
the Rec
come
bailed.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
And
It's a terrible game.
now the game is like
Yeah, the wreck is like, oh,
Yeah,
I've been
like,
holding
come on,
out.
I'm not
I'm a whale,
suicidal.
but I'm not that whaley.
and the stakes were never really solidified. Like initially it was going to be 2-4 400 big blind ante. Then they were talking like 2-4 1K big blind ante. Then there was some basically there was a lot of this mixing. And then I think McConnell bailed. So like we only had I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It might be McConnell.
I thought he was
It was
very
Matthew
important. You were
McConaughey.
saying his name
No.
so many times. I was
So,
like, I don't know who this is.
I mean, he's a really good online player. But anyway,
all are.
Dan Muir was also there. So anyway, by the time game day came around,
Dan Bear?
Dan Muir.
Dan
he was-
Bear.
So whatever. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting for
Daniel
irrelevant
Bear.
fucking questions.
He
My bad.
was
So
very.
you chickened out.
I did not chicken out. I
So
didn't have any
somebody-
money.
You went back on your word and pussied out.
Someone in the chat said
word?
they're hearing a lot of excuses and not a lot of problem solving.
Word.
I tried to solve problems. I tried to get more money. I could not get more money.
Oh wait, couldn't you say you have liquidity? Couldn't you just when you got back here like swap the chips back for cash? It's just like you have to wait 2 days. What do you? I mean,
I was in LA. What are you talking
no, I'm
about?
saying like you have all these Aria chips. It's like you have a liquidity problem. Was this off stake then? You're saying this game?
No.
So what does it matter that like that's like me being on Sundays on ACR or whatever, being like there's only 3K in there. And I can't get more right now, so I'm just gonna play this. But that's not. You're talking like as if that's your only money. Like what? Like I don't understand.
100,000 wasn't enough to play the game. It was the minimum buy-in.
Oh, I'm an idiot, and I was just more listening to you being chicken. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to actually. I'm sorry, I understand. No, I don't blame you. Fuck that. Yeah. Do you think they were selling to the new good players like Jungle Man, like yo, Berkey's in the game, like as your?
No. I know for a fact what ended up happening.
Could you imagine?
I know for a fact what ended up happening, and I won't say how I know, but I know for a fact what happened is that
Snitches.
day of 5 of them showed up. It was Dan Smith, Jungle Man, Garrett, Doug, and Fee, I think. And the first
This is a
words.
terrible lineup. Who made this lineup?
So those 5 showed up, and the first words that were spoken were, "We don't want to play this lineup."
yeah.
And everybody just like immediately mutually agrees to not play. They play smaller PLO, and then Doug immediately goes on Facebook Live and just basically says the whole lineup fell apart because I backed out.
Wow.
Did you have any tensions with him before that? You both were married to the same woman, I believe, right?
Yeah.
At the same time.
Selling Tanner.
Same time. Yeah.
Different states.
Selling Tanner.
Yeah.
No, I think that was the spark. I think that was the first time. I think that was the first video he made about me, and then he made
Was
like.
he serious, or was he sort of just like hamming up the story for content?
Well, there was no story, so obviously he was hamming it up.
Right.
And it was very intentional. Like he
Yeah.
definitely knew what he was doing.
So
Yeah.
he maybe didn't like you already.
I don't know. Well, we had both launched our companies at the same time.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it was a very easy way to suppress us and elevate himself.
Yeah.
And it was like right around that same time that he was campaigning against Negranu. So like he just really steered heavy into being the heel.
Yeah.
And from there it became an attack against like me, Durr, Negranu, Mercier.
Yeah,
Luke
I mean, and then
Schwartz,
it becomes
Bryn,
sort of
Luke
like
Schwartz.
a bullies club
mean,
where it's like you're
yeah.
either getting bullied or you're joining the bully kind of dynamic.
Yeah. And
So.
I very much had an attitude of like the best approach here is to turn the other cheek and just like kind of hold your head high and realize you did nothing wrong. Take ownership. Like I took ownership over what I did. It's like, yeah, I could have showed up and
fuck that.
played a shit 6-handed game with
Yeah,
like
but
not
your
enough
job
money.
Is
You don't owe them that.
Is to go after EV. That's
Yeah.
like not a good EV spot.
And it's not your money, even more so. You have more of a responsibility to
Right.
people who are backing you to not do that. And when you're not, it's like maybe he was like, "Oh, you're on the poster or some shit. You should have been there." But it's like, you know.
Well, it was
not-
Doug Polk week or Upswing week, not Matt Berkey week.
Oh, so all right. I mean,
So
but-
like there was a lot of onus on him, I think, to get the game off.
and they don't pay
Okay.
you to
That
appear,
makes
right?
sense.
No, of course
so
not.
fuck that. You
And
owe
this
them
was
nothing.
this
you
was
owe them
the
nothing.
Yeah, this was the first attempt at high stakes for Live at the Bike. So this is Ryan's first real shot at putting together something bigger than 50, 100.
Uh-huh.
And you know, it had been like a month in the works.
Is he mad at you to this day?
No.
Is he declared vengeance for life against
No,
you?
but he definitely like made things way worse. He was on that Facebook Live for 15 minutes slaughtering like me and Josh Matillo and who was like the last wreck to back out and stuff like that. It's just like, okay, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come back here and play.
I don't know these cash game things, but I know that like when I've been presented with it, like, oh, we don't pay, but we'll make a lineup that's soft that you'll be comfortable playing stakes higher than you're comfortable. Like it's like that's what I've been promised. I've never gone to do it.
Yeah, I think from his vantage point, it was like, well, these stakes are beneath you because you're playing 3-6-12 all the time. So you should just be willing to battle.
God, how many humble brags can you just throw in this? No, I'm joking. No,
don't care.
Matt, you're
But like the thing was, is it wasn't like Poker Go put together a tougher lineup in my opinion that all of us willfully battled in. But it's because it was in Vegas and we all had liquidity.
Yeah.
So we played, I think we played either 3-6-12 or 501k, I can't recall, for Jungle Week or Rumble in the Jungle Week. And it was me, Polk, Kuhn, Rast, Jungleman, two more people.
Whatever,
one more
but
person. Whatever. Just like no spot. Literally
do you
zero
weigh in
spot.
fame equity, like, or being more notoriety, because that's valuable for you. I think about that with what I play sometimes, like vlog equity in tournaments I'm entering or whatever. When it's that much money, there's no. It's like, what is it? Like a percent of a percent. Matt dropped his phone, but if it's like a fraction of a percent, right? Of like,
I mean, it's
and you already know
I
the
think it
game at
makes
that
more
point.
sense for a vlogger because you get like behind the scenes content and it's like a lot more content that you can make from it for yourself. So like I feel like it makes more sense from a vlogger standpoint to like go after those things.
Yeah.
Like you're not vlogging.
I don't know, man. Like Rampage was talking about sitting with 100k on Hustler Live and doing it for the title and the clickbait and everything else. I don't know when you have Garrett immediately to your left covering you that your EV in the vlog is going to be higher than
100K?
than
that vlog.
I don't think it's going to make up for what you're losing.
No shot. Make like $600 in ad revenue. Maybe he made maybe $1,400 in ad revenue on that vlog. Probably, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
I mean, do you think it put him more on the map? Like,
yeah, it's a long-term game for sure.
Yeah.
Is what the strategy is. But for me, it's like playing a mixed game. Luckily, like the people who buy pieces, we're aligned in that. I would tell them like, yo, I'm playing this shit that I'm trash at, so don't put whatever percent you want on stake.
Don't take any if you don't
take
want.
any. Like, you don't be in. But like, yeah, playing like a 1500 deuce to 7 that I never played. Got the illest vlog variants ever.
I think
Knocked
you didn't
out
play
Hellmuth.
PLO, and you went deep in the PLO online bracelet event, didn't you?
Yes, I finished 4th to Zamani, actually.
He also doesn't play PLO.
Who also doesn't play PLO, clearly, and also to Brent.
No, he
starting
actually
to
thinks he's
really-
very good at PLO.
I'm starting to like PLO a lot.
Yeah, that's
That's
fun.
a drug.
I know.
It's great.
The big bet mix next year, everyone needs to play because PLO is included. But wait, for Zamani, let me just say.
Wait. What big bet mix?
See, the big bet mix is when you bet really big and you mix
no.
It's a tournament at
Not
the World
an
Series
idiot.
of Poker.
I know what it is, but what are the games that they're including?
Right. So, all the big bet games. No Limit Hold'em, you know that.
No limit deuce to 7.
Everyone knows that. Yeah.
I've heard of it.
No Limit deuce to 7 single draw. Pot limit deuce to 7 triple draw. It's usually limit, so it's a little more wild.
That's
Then
awesome.
5-card draw high no limit. Like
Ooh.
Texas
I like this.
flip the table, shoot you in the face poker.
Yeah.
Which is a dumb game, but it's fun.
Are you sure that's included?
I played it, bro.
Okay.
I'm so
I
jealous.
just sounded like Shin a little bit. Like I played it, bro.
PLO 8.
PLO 8, and then something else.
They really should include short deck.
Big O, high low.
It's insane that they're including Big O and not short deck. I understand that's a problem.
Is big O, yeah.
They should just have a second deck though that's a short deck.
I feel like I'm forgetting a game, but I think that's the vlog. After this, you're watching this podcast, go watch my vlog of it later. I think it's coming out today. I forget, but anyway.
I would
it was
enjoy
fun.
playing a big bet mix.
Dude, it was so
Yeah, me
fun.
too.
But I would want to play a simplified big bet mix. Like I would want to play PLO 8, no limit hold'em and short deck.
But everybody knows.
If I had to pick, it would be
Nah,
No
the triple
way.
draws
deuce to
are
7
awesome.
triple draw.
Oh,
yeah.
No
Deuce to
limit
I enjoy deuce to
hold'em,
7.
5-card high.
5-card highs seems so dumb.
Is it?
It is. It's
It
really
seems so
dumb.
dumb because
Yeah.
like it. I don't think you're very incentivized to like put a lot of money in and then draw. Or is it just 5-card stud?
Just 5
Where,
card.
like, whatever
hold-
5 cards you're dealt, that's it.
PLO.
No, it's
High.
5-card draw.
It's 5-card
just
draw,
like,
right?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
deuce
yeah.
to 7 single
No,
draw, no
5
limit, but trying to make the
No,
best hand.
5-card PLO. High.
Not high.
This was split
that's Big
pot.
O. 5-card PLO is big O, which is usually split.
But that's high low. I want just high.
Is that a thing? Is that
I
a game?
thought it was
It is
in
now.
my
You can play-
PP Poker Club scams
Okay.
that I used to play in. Like where people are
That's
card
where it's a
sharing,
thing.
and they had fucking 15 cards between the three of them. That it was just high.
Yo, talking about scams, I just saw a tweet. Coinflex just paused all the withdrawals.
Yeah,
seems
I was
sketchy.
gonna say. Speaking of Doug Polk,
I don't know anything about it. That seems bad though.
Yeah, he just tweeted, or yesterday, I was blindsided by the withdrawal pause at Coinflex. I reached out to the relevant parties to understand what's happening. I will have a longer statement when I fully understand what happened.
so
I mean,
from what I can see, it seems similar to the Celsius thing where everyone was getting this free interest on their deposits and
Yep.
stuff. And they're like, no one really thinks, where does the interest come from? Well, it comes from you're putting your money into this exchange and they are using that to generate yields from whatever methods, whether it's longing stuff, shorting stuff, leverage, whatever, but they're using a large sum of money that is in their possession within the exchange. And then sometimes the shit gets blown up. They make a mistake, and then
well,
they
it's not the
can't.
shit that gets blown
Well,
up.
can't
It's
that-
they don't segregate their funds.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
segregate.
but-
Can't that
but
not work if the
It's
market
like
goes
they
down?
can't generate. They're doing it to generate yield, is why they're not segregating it.
Yeah,
and
right.
then that sometimes things don't work out well, and then they
Right.
can't have you withdraw
It's the
because
same
it's
thing
not
like
there.
the Poker Bros stuff. Like with the accountants or whatever you call them, the agents.
What do you
Like
mean?
what?
Because like it's
Sorta.
never segregated funds.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's a 0% chance that everyone could withdraw all their money on PP Poker Clubs.
my
and it's
God,
there.
yeah.
Like it's like that would be like
It's a
like
big
Full Tilt was
Ponzi.
like 80 million to 60 million. This would be like 80 million to 50,000.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
literally there'd be
imagine that,
no
like,
money.
well, I imagine these clubs are operating on like negative 50% margins,
Yeah.
if not more, like where they just have floats
Oh,
way,
dude.
way, way overextended.
That'd be really stressful.
When I play, one person I have bashed publicly that deserves it is New York Poker King, who's just some nobody.
He's
piece.
still a thing?
He's not.
He was there for this week that I was
I saw him. Yeah.
That week that I was talking
Did he
about
try
it
to
live
fight
debate,
you?
he was there.
Yeah, I saw him. And no, he didn't try to fight me, but we didn't make eye contact because he's scared. But I was like, I texted like Danny and somebody else. I was like, yo, you got to be near me because he picked me. Like,
That was hashtag King Berkey.
hashtag King.
That was hashtag King.
No,
The one
that
that
was a
chin
different
wrecked?
week. That was a different week.
New York Poker King was out on live at the bike before.
Correct.
I took some screen grabs from that in
Because
a
he was
video
an
I bashed him. He's just a fucking piece of shit. But anyway, so what he did with his club was I realized it was a scam in this PP Poker Club because I was doing a withdrawal or like a deposit, one or the other, and it got sent to from somebody else. And I was like, yo, are you depositing? Because my withdrawal came from Joey the Mush depositing, and I was like, yo, they're just sending, they definitely don't have the money. And then later I was like, yo, I'm not playing this club anymore. Then he waited till 2 players were up super big,
Oh, no.
and then accused them both of cheating,
Right.
and then was
Sure.
like, all right, that's enough money to cash out on, like say that you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So he just like seized their funds.
He sees their funds.
But he did this,
to
like-
massive winners. But he's a repeated scammer
Yeah, he did
over
this
and over and over and
hundreds
over.
of
This
times.
happens in like live games too, doesn't it? Like private games and stuff.
I'm
where
sure.
They're just
I don't
sort
know.
Of
This is
floating
just-
people and like.
I mean, it happens with like Rex
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
The irony is like some of the richest people are the slowest payers.
Yeah, I've heard that from multiple people that like if you get like a famous person in a game, they're gonna take forever to pay, even though they have the money.
And oftentimes they'll like put up a fight. They'll try to settle for less.
What's up with that?
I mean, the thing is like if they're big enough whales, like them settling for less is kind of reasonable. Like they should kind of
Okay.
get quote unquote rake
Yeah.
back. And it's the hassle of running the game and being the game runner. Honestly, it's a big reason why home games are just so bad.
I would always prefer to play in a casino run game.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
always.
I guess it's like being a bookie
If you're a
where
middleman.
if someone's
Yeah.
down a lot, you have no actual recourse. Like
Right.
someone owes you money.
Yeah.
I remember this kid. It's a brief experience booking. He was like, "Yeah, he owed me like 12K. He's like, I'll give you 7,300 today cash." And I was like, "No." And then I talked to my coworker, and he was like, "Yo." Who's been there? He's like, you need to take
should
this
take it.
now. You're gonna get nothing.
Yeah.
you're gonna get
it's
$0.
either 7,300 or nothing.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, good.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be curious to see what Doug says publicly moving forward. Like, I don't know how all this shakes out, but it seems as though like things like Celsius and these other exchanges
Yield-generating exchanges.
Yeah, when they cease to pay, there isn't any real recovery. Like the market's just down way
No,
too
there
much.
isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much the coins could actually move. They probably just got like liquidated in a bunch of different
exactly.
spots.
Wait, how
Yeah.
could this even ever work if the market goes down? Their thing of guaranteeing.
Well,
you
it can't. You have to understand the market went down like 300%, right? So it's not
Right.
like it was a gradual decline where they could like lay off some risk and I don't know enough. Obviously, I'm not a trader. I don't know intimately how these things work. But whenever it goes on that rapid plunge from 60K down to 30K down to 19K, those declines are so big that at least my understanding of it is that there are certain points along the way where you get stopped out and you just get liquidated on your positions.
Well,
But Doug shouldn't be held
it's-
responsible, I think. Like, honestly, I know he's promoted it a lot, but I really believe that it's like you can only do so much, right?
Yeah.
Like with you can't literally know their books. Like it'd be
it's
the
hard.
same, but that'd be like if we took a sponsorship from the show from what was it, Dude Wipes you're trying to
Dude
get,
Wipes.
and
And
then
then
you
it turns
find
out
out
to
that they're
give you anal
poisoning
cancer.
babies. Like you did your due diligence. You had a meeting with them. You're like, yo, you're gonna kill
That's true,
babies.
yeah.
They're like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like you can only do so much. Like with
I agree.
ACR, like I've had meetings, whatever, and I like for sure trust them with money and whatever. I mean, but
Right,
it's
right,
like
but
that's the
like-
best I can do. I'm not gonna be like, show me everything.
Right.
Okay,
They'll
but
be like, get out.
you have to. You can't make the comparison to Dude Wipes because it's not a new space.
Yeah.
Right. So
It's like easily suable too. Like
yeah,
these
yeah, yeah.
exchanges and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
there's like overseeing bodies like the FDA or whatever. But like ACR is a better example. And the reason why you feel more comfortable now is because of what's happened in the past. Like, let's not forget Matt Stout getting dragged for being a representative of Lock Poker that just closed his doors one day and never paid anybody out. Like, let's not forget everything that happened on Black Friday. Like, these are monumental events that allowed for a correction moving forward, and people got a lot more careful about who they were linking up with. They weren't just getting the bag. You know, they weren't just securing the bag. Crypto's still in the pre-Black Friday stage. So when a name like Doug, who has a ton of social clout and a huge platform, basically comes out and says, like, I'm putting my gold stamp of approval on this exchange. Your money is safe here. And they rug. That's bad. Like, yeah, you're right. He can't like be crucified over it. Like, he only knows so much.
Right. It is bad. For sure. It's not good. It's like, yo, you messed up. But like like the way as somebody with reach is monetizing themselves is through advertisers or whatever that looks like, right? Whether it's directly or indirectly.
Yeah.
And if it's like, say every time someone got served an ad on my videos for Pepsi and it was killing people. This analogy is dumb. Like,
Yeah, the analogies are all going to be bad because crypto's such a new space.
well, he said at the end of all his things, as far as I could tell, like, there's not a financial advisor, do your own risk. You know, if you throw that in there, like pharmaceuticals, like you may die from this, blah, 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 you're good.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know if I'm serious or
well,
not.
I guess my,
I don't know
I guess
what I
my point
believe.
is that like, you know, he's kind of in the education sphere of of educating the market. So, you know, not being
Yes.
I don't watch. So I don't know how transparent he was with like what Coinflex does or anything along those lines. But if he's not coming out and saying like, this is what's happening with your money, this is the amount of risk that's attached to that, then I don't think he gets a free pass
I
whenever
think it's also, you're right, because he
collapse.
did have like that Doug Polk crypto channel, and he sort of did, like, as opposed to Phil Hellmuth with Bitcoin Latinum.
Right, he's
like,
just wearing
he
the hat.
doesn't know.
Yeah,
he's
he
not a
doesn't-
crypto
nobody's trusting
educator.
Hellmuth
you
to
know?
be the
Yeah. There's a
the crypto
spectrum of
guy.
accountability, right?
Right.
Yeah. Doug
Right.
had a guy on explaining how it works or some shit, whatever.
Well, yeah, like when you prop yourself up as even a loose expert, right? Like even just like somebody who has access to experts, even if you're saying that you're not one, you do hold a bit
It's
of
like
a
me with poker. I have access to experts and I'm
Right.
not one at all.
Yeah, yes.
you got to hold a little bit higher of a responsibility when it comes to like, you know, if you start chilling poker bros, like I would shit on you.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's like you're pushing people towards a very unsafe platform where at any given time their money could not be there. And I think that that's kind of a problem whenever you're leveraging social clout to do so. You know, we talk about this all the time, but it's like one of the biggest money-making opportunities that I think we passed on as a company was launching app games during the pandemic.
Yeah.
We could have made millions as agents.
Yeah.
Right? Like with the reach and putting the gold stamp of approval on it and saying
Yeah.
like, you know, I'll guarantee that nothing will happen, or maybe not guarantee the money.
Rampage
But
does the app games.
yeah, and I mean,
Rampage is a
God bless him.
hustler, but
He is a
it's like, yeah,
hustler.
I wouldn't feel comfortable doing app games at all because it's
Yeah.
like you're part of an age. It's like they got to get money from somebody else to get money from somebody else.
Right.
It's like
it is like a big Ponzi.
I know
type
it
thing.
maybe I haven't seen ACR's books, but I know that Phil Nagy's like said like, yo, our number one responsibility is we are a financial institution. We hold so much money, and that is the most important thing to us first. Then like going in order of like things, like we have a responsibility to make sure the money's
They're
safe.
also owned by like a multi-trillion-dollar company.
Right.
Everest,
So, but yeah, it's like that's like there's people in PP poker are not
There's
getting
a
paid
lot
out. But
of
I think
money.
about that like what I
Yeah.
often do that fun thought experiment. Like if I were to go full scale like scum, like how would I make money? And after going with Landon to Florida to run a phone room like doing old people, it would be like a poker bros club that's just I know has no chance. Like
yeah, and I mean the thing is like it's not even like you could guarantee the funds, right?
Right.
You could go that far and say like, okay, I'm doing this ethically now, but the rake is still so high and so cannibalistic that nobody's winning.
yo, it's so sad. You see the list of people under you, like,
Yeah.
and then they're just like no one's up.
For what it's worth, I think Rampage has like his own club, like his own ecosystem.
Rampage
So-
is
He has
Rampage.
his
So
Club
he-
GG thing.
So he guarantees like whatever his own
Yeah.
club, his own.
Dude, Rampage is. I like that. Okay, so here I love Rampage. He's very nice and he's helped me, and we've brainstormed some vlog ideas, whatever. I don't know if he told the story. Someone's told him Neymar was at the table,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I gotta get a picture for the vlog," but he didn't know who Neymar was, so he goes up to the guy next to Neymar and asks for a picture.
Oh, no.
And I was like, "That's the type of like hustling." I'm so glad that
No
backfired.
fucking way.
Because Rampage is just one notch further than me, or a couple in the like climb game. And I'm like, yes, you fuck. That's what you deserve. As a friend, Rampage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is so what you get. And I'm like, that would never make his vlog because it doesn't fit in.
So
It's really funny because he talked about, he's like, yeah, I can't understand why they're not promoting Neymar more, but he didn't tell that story, which is so
That's
great.
His friend Mike,
amazing.
I think, who must have been here.
Mike's
Yeah.
the best.
Mike was
Yeah.
here.
The young kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. He told me that story. He just
That's
blasted him at the
so
shootout.
funny.
Mike's the one that plays the 25 keys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
I like
god,
him.
That arm wrestles everyone.
Oh my god, yo, I just had like PTSD. They might have said like, don't tell anybody, but I doubt that. That's not that.
Nah, we need that picture.
couldn't be that.
We
There's
need that
no-
picture.
There's no way he would tell me
It's
that at a
very
public
innocent.
table.
It's
That
very
picture
innocent.
is-
Honestly, like
And it's
now
hilarious.
he can clip that out and he can like put out a 60-second reel with the picture
I
of some
wanna see
random
the photo.
stranger.
Like I want to see who he thought was Neymar.
Yeah.
Like
Yo,
watch it be some old dude.
I was with Neymar deep in the Super Turbo, the 1K Super Turbo, and
That
it was
looks
they
fun.
shut down the room. They had like armed guards, like with it was crazy, yo. It was
Wow.
like, I mean, he's like what, top 20 people in the
Yeah,
world,
he's pretty
probably known,
attractive.
Yeah.
like famous.
Yeah.
He's hot. Like
He's
everyone's
hot,
looking
yeah.
at him.
He's
No,
hot.
Tatted.
I don't know.
Yo, this
He-
Colossus. Sorry.
He's a hot
they were
guy.
multi like ghosting, like there were like 7 Brazilians behind every time he
Wow,
had
he
a
had a whole
hand. It was
stable
like,
with him.
yo, a whole stable. They were.
Does he 3-bet a lot? And
You can say
No,
it.
I heard he played like a total bitch and just let himself get down to one big blind like
Wow,
multiple
that's-
times.
He's
and that-
Brazilian, isn't he?
Yo, he doesn't have the brainworm that they have.
Yeah, he doesn't have
toxoplasmosis.
it.
What is it that they all have that makes you more
Toxoplasmosis
risk taking
or
from
something?
fucking cats? We need to exterminate cats. That's what
Is
it's
it
from.
actually?
Yo, a high percentage of Brazilians have the brainworm that
Okay,
comes
then
from
that
cats.
makes a lot of sense.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
no,
what
they
is?
are risk-taking-
I've heard of that thing. What's it called?
It is
Toxoplasmosis.
I
Oh,
think
is it?
maybe, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
I thought it had like a catchy name, like something to do with cats.
Brazilian 3-bet
Oh well, there's
disease.
cat scratch fever is a different thing.
No,
when
that's
you
a
just
song.
dance all night. No. No, cat scratch fever is a real name of another disease you get. They're fucking pieces of shit cats. this is why I
They
came here
are.
today.
They also have like they can give you herpes, like a lot of
They
stuff.
can give you herpes?
Yeah, I think so.
The Paul is here just to campaign against cats.
Cats are
Literally,
the
yeah. I don't even
worst,
want to talk
yeah.
about poker or any men's or whatever.
You should have
It's
been here
just
on the
like-
dog day. Rampage was here.
Oh, yeah, we had the dogs here.
we had to have all the dogs here because there was a showing at my house, and
You selling?
yeah,
Wow.
I have to. Market's at just absolute peak. My house tripled in value.
We're all
Two
homeless.
EV oriented.
I'm so sad, man. I
then
don't
you
want.
got to buy another one.
No, that's the
Right.
thing is I won't, because I mean, if the market like completely plummets, maybe, but. I'm not gonna find what I have here. This is very annoying. Like I have the exact house.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about this. This is very annoying.
I have the exact house that I want.
Yeah.
But it's selling for more than it's worth. Like
Yeah.
way more
Well,
than
it would be
worth.
nice if you can sell it, and then like once everything maybe
Yeah.
drops, you can buy another one.
I don't know that it's going to
Rebuy it.
I don't know that it's
rebuy the same one.
well, the problem with buying back in would be that the interest rates are going to be so high that you're
Yeah.
going to end up paying the same anyway.
Oh.
So it's like, yeah, maybe if interest like settles back, but that's the big reason why I have to sell now, because with interest hiking, I think the market's going to correct.
Wait. I don't mean to. I'm happy that the dogs were here and you're selling it. I don't mean
Sure.
to be rude. What were you saying about the Colossus? There's some major update, Roe v. Wade related, I assume.
Roe v. Wade Colossus news.
I just see the lines right now, and they're just absolutely fucking ridiculous. There's a video of inside of Bally's, and it's going like back toward the where the elevators are.
Back towards
toward
Yeah,
where
it's
the-
so
Wait,
fucking
all-
far.
like
You
all the way
guys
out to
can't
the
even
room.
think where it is.
Past the hallway, like all the way down the
Yeah.
hallway.
Yeah, like where
All
the
the
guard
way down.
stands.
Wait,
For the
from
Colossus.
Paris?
For the Colossus. No,
Paris?
no.
Oh
from
my God,
Dallas.
the line's going to get so long that they're going to actually be stuck in the smoky casino.
You can
Yeah.
register at. That's not fair to
No, that's the
people
line
like
to
me,
sit.
like D-gens.
That's
That
the
is
line
not
to
fair.
sit. And
The line to sit?
That's not for registration. That's
Oh,
to
bro,
get your
I'm
chips.
not playing today. I got too much
No.
video work to do. I'm
No
maxing
way.
regging.
Today, ever.
Huh?
Today, ever.
Colossus?
Yeah.
Well, I know it's like, yes, the rake, it's a 200 plus 200 and all these things. But, but like last year, it was like once I sat down, well, one, I had to defend my third place. And my ROI in this tournament is like 20,000%. Or I don't even know what it is.
Sure.
But, so if anyone wants to buy it, 5,000. But anyway, the play was so bad day one. I was like, I can't, like so beyond bad. Like I know you guys have this experience often.
And you
but
capitalize on it. What's that like? Tell me.
it
Wow.
I don't know. Sometimes I think about this.
I played in a tournament yesterday where 80% of the field was online qualifiers. And I just went pair under pair 4 times to just like bust.
He also got like the
Oh, you were
worst
saying
table
like a
draw too.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say?
He got like the worst table draw.
no,
You
the
and
last
Corey.
one was
The last
I
bullet, right?
I drew the best table in the place for my first seat, busted jacks versus aces, redrew the same table, busted top 2 versus queens, and then drew the worst table in the place. Like somehow I drew a table with 5 pros whenever there's only 7 pros in the entire event.
You're such a victim. I misunderstood.
You're so right. You're so right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry, I
true.
keep talking over you. I can't
you're
hear
fine.
that good. But yeah, no. Yo, you guys are great on the show, by the way. Conrad knows I love him. Mel, you're amazing.
Thank
and
you.
Burke, this is an amazing place, but
Shut the fuck
you're a
up.
victim.
He is a victim.
He's such a victim.
He is
yo.
a victim. Yeah.
I really didn't
It's
think he was
crazy.
saying that. He goes, "Oh, that must be nice. What's it like?" I thought he was making fun of me, like the morality of poker. Yeah,
No, I was
you
making- I was-
had me confronted for a second.
I was
though.
making fun of your
Misery.
optimism, as I do with anybody who tends to show any glimmer of hope when it comes to tournament poker.
You
God,
just
what a
gotta hear his
misreg.
misery.
He is. He's
You would
the
have never
misreg.
thought he got second for like 150K in a tournament
This
recently
year,
either.
yeah.
Like it was,
With the Florida.
Yeah.
But what happened? Heads up, dude. I already did. I'm joking. I'm
King Deuce.
yeah, you got to study heads up for no reason. No, I wish there was more shootouts though, actually, and then I would
Me
actually
too. I
bother
missed the
looking
only
at
one
it.
that ran.
wait, there's not a 3K?
Not anymore. There's only one 1500 on the schedule.
It's been like that for a few years.
There's only my second series. I was here for 1 week in 2019. Got lucky as fuck. Got third in Colossus.
That was 2019? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah,
still
it was.
vlogging. Wasn't it
I have a lot of
It was
2018?
100% 2019.
I thought.
100%.
Because that was my first year here.
Continue. I'm
Yes.
gonna look this up.
Yeah, no. I mean, I know. I know.
You should know. I agree, but like, what do you know?
So yeah, I what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, and then last year was my first actual series, and the shootout was so fun. I'm bummed there's only one a year now, but how's your 2 series going? I see Landon at events. I don't see you guys.
I play cash games mostly.
I'm there every single one of them, but I'm only there till like right after dinner break. You got to wait like 2 or 3 hands, and then I'm out.
Oh, and you're
Yeah.
playing at these other places too. I was so disappointed you didn't deuce to 7 with me, man, in the single draw. You let everybody down in the world with that. I
It's
called you
true.
too. I was like, "Yo, you're getting in."
I fucked up.
You
bad.
really did. You
That's
owe
your-
the
that's your
community.
game.
I know. I tried to be responsible and go
Come
play some
on.
Hold'em. No, never again.
So you've been playing at other places?
Would you say
Playing
that
everywhere.
Berkey's a mush?
Berkey?
Wow.
It has the victim part of the mush. Yes. I don't know. You don't make other people unlucky. It seems like a mush.
So was 2019 the first Colossus you ever
Still stuck
played?
on this.
Think about year. Yeah. That was the first. That was my first. My first World Series event was a tag team that year, and the second was a Colossus ever.
Huh.
Yeah, you got outplayed
And
by
that was-
somebody who never knew shit. What you think of that?
And that was the year you were beefing with Polk?
Yeah,
Man, my timeline's so messed up.
it was only off by 1 year. It sounds like.
No, at least 1 year. Maybe. I mean, like when Polk and I, the live the bike game that I was talking about, that was 2017. 2019, we had stopped making vlogs at that point.
Or maybe you were just happy to see me coming at him at that time, and that's
Yeah,
why
maybe.
you
Yeah,
remember. I remember
probably.
playing with you, and some lady from Philly was like, "You don't know that's Matt Berkey?" Like, I was just fucking annoyed. I was like, "Yeah, I know it's him." And then I talked to you about this app that you did hand reviews on, where you're like,
Oh,
"Our strategy
God,
here is
yeah.
long ball poker." You should do it one day on the pod and like troll him about his strategies. I forget what it's like, a poker training app.
It's Insta Poker. You can still get it on the App Store. I
Yes,
get
we have to get it.
I get like $300 in royalties every year from people who buy these packs.
Yo, let's go.
I'm gonna study one.
We made it in like 2011, I think.
Yo,
It's-
it's great.
I have to see it.
It's not great.
I'd love to hear your thoughts. I wish I
Yeah.
could like record all my thoughts of
I
poker.
would love to have a segment where we have Landon. Did you know that Landon is a graduate of Scotty's Super Moves class?
Wait.
That's
don't tell-
$30
which
he's
Scotty?
ever
Spent
spent.
$30. He's
What-
giving us updates as he's going through the course.
Not the Scotty.
Scotty Nguyen.
I just had hope that he wouldn't
Yes,
have.
his Super Moves class, and it was $30 or $20. Landon has a certificate that says I'm a graduate of Scotty's Super Moves.
Wait, was Landon? This could go. Landon doesn't seem the type to do that. Ironically, like he probably
was
just
kinda-
seeking poker
he
so
was-
hard.
It was like partially ironic.
Oh my God,
like,
Landon.
But yeah, he said he learned some live poker tricks from.
Yo,
one of
there- I
them
mean,
was
there
like
is-
getting under your opponent's skin. That's a super move.
that is a super move.
Landon considers himself a meme lord. So this is definitely done.
Yeah, it
When
was
did he
like-
do this? And is it a lie? You
like
just
a
meet
few
up with
months
drunken
ago.
Scotty Wynn, and he's
No,
like, "Here, what
it's
you gotta do?"
It's an online course.
Online.
This is great.
What is it? Yo, I'm gonna take
You
that
should
course
take it,
today. I'm
take
gonna, instead
it.
of playing the Colossus,
Yeah.
like our own Max Late Reg, and
You
take
should,
the
it would be some
Scotty
good content.
Super Moves. I bought a
Scotty
book.
Super Moves.
Sorry, I can't hear you every time I talk over you.
Go ahead.
You need to yell louder because I'm like deaf. I'm sorry, Mel.
Good.
No, because your contributions are A fucking
All
plus.
I was just repeating Scotty's Super Moves.
That's an A fucking plus contribution right there. But always on the show when you anyway. Listen, I'm sorry, I can't hear.
No,
I can't hear
we
too
talk
good.
over each other all the time. That's what we do.
Joe Rogan says that's why he has headphones. But this place is amazing. But listen.
He also has like $50K worth of equipment that allows
Bro,
him to use the
Ideally, we
headphones.
would have headphones, right?
Yeah, it's just
It's just
it
the
requires.
mixer and
Yo,
the.
stop. This is the most amazing infrastructure in the world. It's a daily poker podcast. You guys are so fucking great. Everybody, I see people at the tables all watching you, and then they're probably not
Really?
even liking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, they're
that's
probably shitheads,
unbelievable.
so subscribe and like, you dumb, not dumb. Just do it. It means a lot.
I was driving home. Was it yesterday or the day? No, it was the day before. I was driving home and I get stopped at the light and I hear, "Ow!" I'm like, "What? What the fuck?" I rolled down my window. He's like, "Hey man, I just want to say, what you guys are doing is great. I love the podcast." I'm like, "The fuck?"
It's cool.
We're just like in the middle of nowhere in Las Vegas. I'm like,
That's
"Thanks."
That's fucking great.
Yo, they like, yeah, you're about to get GTA'd. But what the fuck? Wait, what were we just saying a second ago too, man? I'm sorry, I don't need to say these thoughts out loud. This
Yeah,
is not
no,
a thing
do
you
it.
say out
That's
loud.
good.
You're
No,
doing all the
saying like
heavy
where
lifting
were we,
today.
Yeah, that's
and me
good.
sorting my
Yeah,
thoughts
that's good.
on the mic is
Yeah,
useless
go for it.
radio or whatever. Oh, you guys are a great hub for daily poker, but this is not what I want to talk about.
I think you're
What
talking
were-
about me being a
Scotty
mush.
Wynn. No, Scotty Wynn. Then you and a mush.
Yeah.
Scotty Wynn.
Scotty
And
Super
you a
Moves.
mush. You a mush.
You're
a
I don't know
mush,
which
yeah.
first. Should we go into him first?
Yeah.
All right, listen. You are too big in the poker community to be this much of a victim.
I'm not
know-
a victim. I'm a curmudgeon.
You
There's a
think
big
you have
difference.
There's
Dinner
a
with
fine
Joey?
line. There's a fine
You think
line.
you should have a dinner with Joey?
Yo, they might, if we parent trap them, a super
They
user
might
might come
become
out
like
like a
best
live
mush
auction.
friends. Best mush friends.
I would enjoy nothing more than just like spending my days mushing people. Just like maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just become like a Twitter mush. Like every
Yeah.
single day, just anti-sweat somebody publicly and
Yeah.
then
Oh,
watch them
that's-
go on to win.
But I kind of feel like your anti-sweat is powerful.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
so
Pick me.
powerful.
Because I
Pick
actually have a
fucking
powerful
me.
one
the
too.
percentage of people who knock me out of a tournament for like a big pot that go on to win is so high.
It all
Wouldn't
started
you
with
rather them
Duhamel.
win after they knock you
No,
out?
fuck
You'd rather
these
them lose?
people.
I think about that.
Yeah.
Like it's like your sports team or not. I want them to
better
put the
win
chips
now.
to use. It's like if they got lucky.
Yeah, that's what I say when people
You
bust
guys
me in.
realize
better
the
win
first
now.
time Berkey experienced
No
this was
pressure.
with Duhamel, which went on to win the main event, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is true.
Oh yeah. Is that the villain origin story?
It was the villain origin story, and the true villain, let's be honest, Duhamel not a good guy. Like, that money is not being
and
put to
then
good
the
use.
Matt Affleck hand happened.
No, that Matt Affleck. I mean,
Yeah. Oh my
Duhamel's
God.
French Canadian.
Horrible.
That's all I need to know to condemn him as a person.
Sure.
But yeah, I think he's French. See, again, slandering. I probably owe him an apology. I'm gonna meet him
That's
tonight,
fine.
and he's like amazing, like saving
no,
lives.
no.
Yeah,
do you
he's
not
giving
know
a
the,
grandmother
Do you not know the
CPR.
story behind this?
He gave his grandmother CPR. That's incestuous. I like that. I kind of like that. I was googling why is there so much incest porn actually. Like, 'cause I don't know like what's wrong. Like
No,
yesterday.
he's right.
No,
He-
I know.
See.
So
I know.
this is I've
We're so all over the place.
you're right.
You are right.
Somehow
I didn't say an opinion. I just asked a question, but I am right.
maybe this has something to do with it, but twice in the last 2 years, I've taken a complete sabbatical from porn. The
Wait.
first time,
You and Landon are both on one right now.
oh yeah, I haven't watched porn in like 6 months.
So weird.
I might not ever watch it again, to be honest.
What are you doing?
Really?
Hit the highlight reel?
Have you noticed
Yeah.
a difference in your outlook?
Yeah, I feel more human.
Really?
For sure. Do you know what it's like to open up a porn browser and literally 95% of it be stepmom,
Yeah,
stepsister?
I do know what it's
He
like.
does know.
Of course
First
I know
of
what it's
all.
like.
Second of all, he's phrasing it like, do you know the pain
Yeah.
of having access
You know
to
how
any porn
horrible
I
it
want to
is?
see at any time?
I
do
mean-
you know the horrors?
No,
I
it's
can look up
awful.
anything
Like,
I want and
I
just
don't
jerk
want
off
to
to it. It's
fantasize over
terrible.
the idea of sleeping
How are
with
you
my
a victim with
stepsister.
porn browsing too?
Because I think it's weird that it's so incestual.
Well,
like,
it's a taboo thing, but it is weird how like.
but it's taken
popular
over
and
like
mainstream it is.
It's like 95% of the industry
most
now.
porn is incest porn.
Yo,
I
your
don't
water's
get it.
leaking.
Oh shit.
Well, as an only child, I do get it. No, I'm joking. I don't know. 'Cause I love myself.
All
I
I've
fuck
ever wanted
myself,
was
yeah.
for my mom to remarry.
Oh God.
Oh my god!
To spy on my stepdad in the shower all this.
Jesus. Yeah, why
love
is
those
it
videos,
you
dad
want
and
the
stepson.
stepdad?
What is this Duhamel tea?
No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah, wait,
No,
yeah.
no. It's very, very, very bad. Very
Okay.
bad.
But yo,
The
Matt Affleck outmushed you. Even in that, you're trying to make that about you.
Right.
no, he got way outmushed.
Yeah.
Matt Affleck thing break my heart to this day. I see him and I just think of that.
The water bottle slam.
Him crying, him tearing
Yeah.
in disbelief.
I
and
would
it's
cry
like,
too.
Duhamel's such an idiot in that hand.
Yeah.
What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
Here, look at this. Yo. Why was Duhamel in that hand? It
Like
was
it's so painful.
Matt Affleck. He posted a video on his YouTube
Look at
channel.
that! Look at that smile. That is the darkest
Meanwhile-
dark
I
side
know.
smile of all times.
It's
like
so
I would be running around like
painful.
Filippo Candio, just like.
he technically busted me. I had a half of a blind left. And,
Candio?
Yeah. After the Duhamel hand, I lost like 100 big blind pot to Duhamel and had half a blind left.
This was the same. This was the Candio made the final table that
Yeah, I
year?
got 42nd.
I was asking about Candio, not you. But no, I'm sorry, man. I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm just pushing back a little.
No, I appreciate it. It's good. Yeah, it was me, Candio, and Duhamel at the table. Duhamel like cripples me, whatever. Candio busts me the next hand, and I can't remember, but like on the clip, he says something in Italian with like the biggest cheesy fucking grin on his face. Which I don't know why. It was like, 2.5 big blind pot.
Like, mi dispiace. Like, I love it. Like, I'm sorry. I don't understand.
Spaghetti.
But yeah, he played that famous hand against Joey Cheong at the final table where he got it in with, 7-8 on 7-6-6?
It was like a pocket pair. And I don't think it was the final table yet. Like maybe final two
Or
tables.
maybe, final two tables. No, he had a suited connector versus aces where he flopped a pair and a backdoor flush draw, or a backdoor straight draw, and ran out backdoor straight. I know because I think it was at the final table because
Yeah.
I did.
Might have had like 5-7 and then it was sixes. I really don't think it was the final table, but whatever. Either way, he ran jumping and screaming when Cheong had aces.
Yeah.
And he's like, I call. Oh, this, yeah, 7-5. I knew it.
You said pocket pair.
Yeah, same thing. I knew it. And then look
It
at
is
him.
a
Look at,
pair.
he has no backdoor flush draw. He's just fucked. He
Backdoor
called
straight
a
draw.
3-bet jam on the flop. He check raised.
Yeah, backdoor straight draw.
He check raised, called off.
No.
How many
this
were
is
left
so
when this happened?
great.
This is definitely
Like,
final
final
table.
18.
No, this is definitely final table.
It's not.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
What do you want to bet?
100.
Okay, booked.
Okay.
I know it's final table because
I think it's final table.
I did hindsight 2020 for Poker Go, and I covered this hand.
All right, fine. Let's take it out now. Look at this. Look at him. Italian. Let's go Italy. I wish.
This reaction is so good.
Yeah, he's also set. Oh, fuck. That does look final table-y. That's the best. I have that. Yeah, I love that clip. All right, here. I'm going to pay you now before we confirm.
Sure. We can confirm later.
Actually, I'm going to pay you now with this.
Okay, fine. Got a self-for-lunch chip.
Someone in the chat says it was not the FT.
Okay, well, maybe I owe him. We'll find out.
Let me mush you. Reverse. Here.
Sure, reverse mush.
Take the 100. Getting back to.
We'll look it up after the show and confirm.
Yeah. So you.
That sparked an Italian revolution. Dario can thank Felipe Candio for his career.
And Canate, right? Canet is fucking
Mustafa
Italian. Mustafa. Sorry, I don't know him. You have to go by his first name. I have to call him Mr. Canet. Mr. Canet.
Mr. Canet.
Yeah, I don't know Filippo. What's he's doing now? He's probably just eating tomato sauce, and stuff, like chilling in Italy.
Right.
I mean, that's a good guess.
Yeah, it's also legitimately probably true. Like he's just like, hey, eat the sauce now. I call. He rejammed like in a multi-way pot against Mercier earlier with like pocket sixes, where it was like open 3-bet cold call, and he just jams for like 50 with pocket sixes, and then it was like. He's my hero. Anyway.
This is Felipe, you're saying?
Yeah.
He might have had the toxoplasmosis.
Yo, for real. I don't know if they...
The Italians used to be
There's a lot of cats in Italy.
Yeah, they're on the streets.
Yeah.
The Italians used to be wild. Like pre-Black Friday, right around Black Friday-ish.
Uh-huh.
They were lunatics. They got after it.
Let's go through the power rankings by race and gender of how people's poker skills.
Why did it turn into race and gender and not just ethnicity or region?
We could do region. Jonathan Little has a chapter in a book, and I was showing my fiance. She's like, "Oh, sweet Jonathan Little has race reads. I don't like that." It was very basic. It was like African American. They were usually here to gamble.
Stop it!
No way.
You're making this up.
No way.
No, he doesn't. I
What
think
does it
it's
say about
okay.
that?
I'm not trying to bash Jonathan Little.
How can it be okay?
That is not okay.
That's funny.
Well-
I'd like to know what they are, though.
I know it's an old book. It might. I don't want to miss
How
quote
old?
him. You know, back in 2018, we thought this was okay.
2018,
We didn't know about racism and all this
Yeah.
stuff. You have to understand the context
Right, we've come a
of
long way,
2020.
guys.
Yeah, in 2020, we didn't really know that you can't say things like that. I don't know. I think but like, what's the difference between a Brazilian read and then being like assuming that not like a Asian guy, know, with a LA hat on, he's gonna play a certain way, right?
No, you don't.
You can assume.
My read's
stereotyping.
always wrong on like young Asian
I always
guys.
play it wrong.
The reason-
clearly
it's always wrong. Whatever I think it is,
the reason
opposite.
why we made country-based reads at certain points is because countries were newer to the market. So like when Portugal first became like a part of the online sphere, for the better part of the moneymaker era, they weren't included. So when they became included, it's like
They sucked.
yeah, they're just gonna be wild, and they were like wildly aggressive.
I thought this was about a culture of how they play and like they're like friends and they all
culturally,
learn to
like
play.
yeah,
There
culturally,
is.
like when you're new, it's gonna lean risk averse versus like
No, but like there's
risk tolerant.
different cultures in different countries in regards to like in China, like gambling, like being lucky is like
right.
Something that's really honorable.
Right, but as
My
as
example
all
was
of these
unfair, but-
areas mature, that goes away. Like the guys from Macau now, when they come over here, they're killers. They're like very, very tough to play against.
But just because
like
it's
the
becoming
Japanese
less
are a
true.
little bit still new, right? And they
yeah,
either
but it also it fits Japan because Japanese people are a little bit more like on the conservative side.
Sure.
A little bit.
You guys are
more,
so racist.
This
is disgusting.
she's Japanese.
I'm
You're gonna
Japanese.
get
I can say.
well. I'm Italian and
You are.
black.
You are
0%.
half black, half Italian.
Half black, half Italian. My lower half is black. And no, just kidding. No, yeah, right. The opposite. But anyway, listen. You don't do that when you're lying.
Not now.
When you sit at a table, You don't think I'm gonna lose because I'm a victim? No, I'm joking. When you say
Yes, he does think that. We hear it in our group
hope.
message. Yeah.
No, I don't think.
I don't
know.
do that. I think it's harmed me
know.
more. I don't think it's unfair to do, but I do think it's harmed me more than helped me every time I've been like, oh, this guy's Brazilian or something like that.
The Brazilian thing is just accurate though.
Because of the brainworms. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. No. But Jonathan Little writing
got
that a
very
while ago,
good.
if he did, he might have not even, it might be a different book. It might have been this other book. I don't know. Books are all horrible because by the time they're printed, they're outdated in
Yeah,
poker.
especially in poker. Yeah.
Literally, don't buy books. Sorry if you wrote a book, Matt.
No.
I would never.
No books.
One had good reviews one time on Amazon, Kill Everybody, and I just ordered it without thinking about
Is
it.
that a poker book?
Yeah, Kill Everyone or
Okay.
something.
No, it was-
yeah,
it was-
okay.
No,
it was in a
Interesting.
dark
It was
spot.
Kill
Yeah, I'm
Phil.
like,
No, it's called Kill Everybody. Anyway, it just had good reviews. I read the first paragraph, then looked at the year, and it was like 2014, and just threw it in the garbage. Like, I literally, the only good book that holds up is Essential Poker Math, which just teaches you how to do pot odds very simply. It's a quick read.
Who wrote it?
It's math. It doesn't matter.
So the math guy.
Whatever.
Mr.
There's no
Math.
strategy. It's just
Yeah.
Essential Poker Math.
I'm just curious if this is even a book or if you're
I
confusing
promise
it
you.
for the Bill Chen book, The Mathematics of Poker.
Maybe.
Sure.
Oh, the Acevedo book.
No,
is,
Bill Chen.
That's modern poker theory.
Modern Poker Theory. But that's starting to get to the point
No,
where
this is
that
by
outdated
Alton
now?
Hardin.
Yeah, by
Essential
Alton
Poker
Harding.
Math.
Yeah, I should have bet you again. You would have.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to message Acevedo, see if he's still here for Poker Out Loud.
Listen, that book is the only one that's good because the pot odd, it just teaches you how to count outs and then think about your odds in terms of the pot and basic stuff that won't
Right.
change.
But you can see that in an online article or something.
Oh,
right?
sure, but I just mean
Is it
people
more
want
in
physical
depth?
books because they're 85 or
Yeah.
whatever reason you want a physical
They have
book
it at
for.
the
I don't know.
table. Yeah.
People ask me a lot, and they're like, "What? You recommend any books?" I'm like, "I don't book. What is book?"
Yeah. No.
But that's the only one.
yeah. I've never read a poker book.
Yeah.
I think there are a couple good books right now.
I want to read Super System though.
It's a fun read.
It's funny. Oh, they I think they have race reads in there. They definitely have ridiculous chapters in there.
It's been so long since I read it. I don't remember.
Jeff Boski had it. I was at his house in which he requested I wear blindfold as we pulled up to his house because he's so afraid of the location being revealed because he's a serial killer.
Oh my
He's a
God.
psychopath. I was like, Jeff, fuck you.
So you to this day don't know what the location is or
No,
what
I
the
do
outside
because
looks
he
like?
got smoked some weed and then wanted to order pizza. I was like, I need your address to put in the seamless, dude. And I was like, also, I could figure out where we are, Jeff. Anyway.
Yeah, I can look on my GPS on my phone.
He has all his books there and had Super System, and it was great. I mean, it was horrible. It was probably like Scotty Wynn's
Is there
course.
stuff about isn't it you ride the wave when you start
I
doing
forget what
it
stuff
was.
like that? Yeah.
He wrote about creating a rush and basically you should just open the next pot after you win a pot.
Right. I mean,
No matter
yeah.
what.
Sometimes you just get a rush of cards in a row.
That wasn't what he was talking
He's
about.
creating
He's
it.
creating
He's
his
forcing
own
the rush.
opportunity.
You
yes.
believe in that in reverse, though, right? Like you think
It's
If I
a
win a
negative
pot, that I
rush.
should lose the next one.
Yeah.
you just think if you're doomed.
Yes.
I don't think
you doom
I'm
spiral.
doomed. I think I am.
The hand histories
I believe in
yesterday
math.
were so.
They were just real. What do you want from me?
I was like, how is this all losing hand histories?
That was my day. I didn't win a pot.
Are you ever praying to the Stu or any of these gods or anything?
No.
Maybe you should.
You know who I really commiserate with that I feel a certain kindred spirit to is Brewer. It's like you just know the math. You understand how the math works, and you understand that our little peon brains aren't built for the long-term thinking. So you just keep showing up every day with the mindset of it all works itself out in the wash, but I'm going to suffer. I'm going to suffer today. I'm going to suffer tomorrow.
Well, part of you likes it, the suffering a little bit.
It is
part of me can tolerate it.
You revel in it a little.
I don't revel in it. I just acknowledge
bit.
it. I can see that it's happening.
tournament. If I was just a tournament pro, I'd blow my brains out. Never,
Same.
never,
Same.
never, never. Even
What
cash
do you
game.
play
I love
mostly
it.
nowadays?
Huh?
You play mostly cash or what?
I know only tournaments, but I mean,
Okay.
I'm a
So-
YouTuber. I'm not a tournament pro though. I mean, I'm making content. I'm not
Yeah,
studying
right,
in between
right.
this series I've put out now, maybe 7 vlogs already. With
So you're
So-
mainly content with tournaments.
yeah, it goes back and forth. And Rampages at a time recently where he's trying to study and not making videos, and I was there. But I'm for sure more content now. Just accepting
Yeah.
that I need to.
Pick a lane. I
Study
mean, that one
after.
has the highest ceiling, probably. Content is
creation?
just,
If you
Yeah.
can find a way out, That's the thing. Like,
You know,
I think Rampage
DePaulo,
made a
like,
good point.
could translate outside of poker. Like,
Yeah,
your
for
humor can
sure.
appeal to non-poker players too.
Thanks.
I think. So, like,
I think he could definitely find a way to cross between the poker sphere and the Me Too movement,
Sure,
alienating women everywhere.
yeah.
I
Maybe
think
like giving some hot takes on Roe v. Wade.
I think that he
yeah.
very easily could be the next Louis C.K. Just-
You got a lot of nice plants in here. Actually, what is the but I don't even need to do that.
All my favorite comedians keep turning out to be pervs.
Yo, it's crazy, right? Like, why? Yo,
I don't know if I just think pervs are funny or what.
No. I think that like it's.
Louis C.K. was my favorite.
He's so funny.
Well, he was a funny
so
guy, but
funny.
he's just also
Patrice
disturbed.
O'Neal.
That's probably partially what gives him his
probably
edge.
I like that dark, self-deprecating sense of humor.
Yeah, I mean, like
You have
Whitney
to be a
Cummings
little
is one of my
fucked up
favorite
to-
comedians of all time, and
Whitney
honestly,
Cummings is
yeah.
your favorite.
one of my favorites.
That's
But
fine.
like
She's not very
honestly,
funny, but yeah.
honestly, like she's been on this path to like self healing, and
She's less funny.
she's way less funny.
yeah.
And I think she would like admit that she's less funny,
Yeah,
and it's great.
Because she's more serious. She goes on these
yeah.
tangents about
And
healing
I love
and
watching
stuff.
her podcast. I love watching her develop as a person, and I'm happy for wherever she's at in her life. But
You have a
like, I
crush
don't
on
watch her
her?
comedy specials anymore.
Do you have a crush on her?
I did for a while. I think she's insanely intelligent,
Yeah.
but
She seems like one of those smart, crazy girls. You would
yeah.
go
The
for.
more I watch her podcast, the more the scary parts kind of leak their way out a little bit. But she's trying really hard, and I think that's admirable.
Yeah. I mean, Chris D'Elia was my other favorite.
Sure,
Whatever.
he's a groomer. What are you gonna
Whatever. I mean, who isn't these days?
Oh, God.
Sometimes
you got to groom. No, I'm joking. I don't mean that at all. I don't know what I wanted to say. Some like statement to like
yeah. Wrap
up for no reason. I'm not the fucking host. I have no right to even make a wrap up
Sometimes you gotta
statement. But I was like, sometimes you gotta groom. So our next story. So yeah, tournament. Yeah, fuck that. Oh, but you're miserable. Oh, it's like addiction. I was gonna say that every day you reset. What you're saying with Brewer, where it's like you forget the night before. You're like,
Yeah.
wake up in the morning like, yo, I'm never drinking again or whatever. I imagine this is what it'll be like. I don't know, whatever. But and then you just buy like whatever time o'clock you rebuild hope and forget.
You're just game mode.
Like, it'll be
I was a
different.
relief pitcher my first season in college, and it's just like, yeah, you give up a game-winning hit the night before, you show up, and you do your job the next day, and you hope that things fall a little bit more favorably. Like we have this ongoing joke about Dan O'Brien being the wet blanket of misery and truth, but like it's
That's
just
Dan O'Brien.
yeah.
I like the photo pop up. Yo, I
Yeah,
like
we
the
do a
team
little.
popping
Whenever
up the
Landon
photo.
gets
of,
really hopeful or it says, like,
Yeah.
I'm going to win, we just like pop
It's
up
not
the
about
Dan
being a
O'Brien.
victim. It's about being a stoic.
wait, what
It's-
is he about? I don't know.
He used to play
just,
poker.
just being benign to the results and understanding that like there's a certain sense of stoicism that's necessary in order to navigate this lifestyle for decades, right? It's like you're going to get beaten down in the near term over and over and over again. That's the way it looks zoomed in. But when you zoom out, like I have nothing to complain about. Like there's decades of a lot of money being made.
You kind of have a responsibility to do this pump and dump with us and give people hope, right? Isn't this kind of fucked up that he's saying this?
Yeah, it is kind of
like
fucked
you
up.
sort of have a responsibility to the
pump
poker
and
world.
dump poker for
To pump and dump
Because
poker.
you've already reaped the benefits of the pump and dump, and now
Yeah.
Look,
you will
We
win.
need your pump.
we need
we need your pump.
And
And,
meanwhile,
you
and then instead you're telling people there's no longevity in poker. You
You're
shouldn't
gonna
play
lose.
it.
It's gonna be
and
miserable
No,
for a
it's
month.
not
Most
that
of
they-
you are no future in this game.
that's true for
pump
most.
it though.
But
pump
that's-
it up.
Sure. Look, there's a lot of great elements about it, and it's very enjoyable. As a profession, it's not a very viable path, and I think that's very reasonable to promote. Like that helps grow the game more than trying to sell this 9 to 5 dream of
yeah,
like,
I mean, that's
you're an
wrong.
accountant, quit that job,
Yeah, only
like come play 500.
only because people would want to prove
Yeah.
it wrong.
It's like,
Otherwise, you're just
Berkey said I couldn't do it.
I mean,
Fuck
that's
it.
fine too.
we need you to pump and dump this shit. man.
Wait. Yeah, no, that's fair, but you got to still be pumping. But no, it's fair because people ask me like, oh, I want to be a pro. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a pro. I am YouTube is the reason that I have money like from a deal with ACR. Yeah, I've been profitable the last couple of years in poker and with luck box runs and all that, whatever. And I have put in work or gotten really because of the vlog and YouTube gotten access to smart poker people that I otherwise wouldn't have. So it's like parlayed the luck, you know what I mean? Where I've gotten coaching and all this stuff. But like, I would never recommend, I'd be like, do not do that. Don't like leave your job or don't not do anything else.
Yeah, it's like also everyone's in a different financial position, and like if you're just like leaving your job and your family to become a professional poker player, that's like probably not a good idea.
Yo, night
if you
two,
don't have a
you
backup
suicide.
plan. Yeah.
I interrupted you again.
You're good.
So sorry.
A lot of people are texting me telling me that you owe that man $100.
Huh?
Why
do.
it wasn't the final table?
I probably do. We can find out. At the
Dude,
end.
he's an Italian hero. I'm pretty sure I would know what fucking stage of the tournament it's at, okay? Not for nothing. We stick together. I do look at the Italy all-time list. I'm from New York. I look at the all-time list. I'm like, I have no shot. Like, everybody's from New
same.
York.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
Mine's on New York
303.
too.
Huh?
I just looked at it. You're like 301 on the list, I think.
In New York?
Yeah.
What I do check
301.
is the popularity. Like, that I look
Yeah.
at, but even then, I'm not that high on there.
Me either.
But in
You're,
real...
you're
in-
240 on popularity.
Yeah, I
Oh,
passed.
that's not bad.
I passed somebody recently, Nanonoko, who works with ACR, and Anna Marquez, and I made sure they both
That
knew
makes
it.
sense.
Anna Marquez is from New York.
No, in popularity. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see.
New
I was
York.
gonna say.
I'm behind some like New York is all the greatest minds in the world are from New York because it's the capital of the planet. It's the best place on
Yeah.
earth.
Go on.
It's you
Enlighten
are,
us.
You
Who
become
are the greatest?
It's the
New York-
epicenter of the world. It's the microcosm of the entire world.
literally.
true.
And
Well,
you
let's hear,
become
let's
a
hear
better
the
person.
short list of New York poker players.
You
I can
become
think
a
of
better
two.
person than you
Well,
need
New York
quickly.
Poker King.
New York Poker King, Joey the Mush.
Okay.
I mean,
What's
do
more
I
to be
need
said?
must I go
Kings.
on?
What's more to be said?
Yeah.
Scott Seaver.
Is he New York?
Yeah, Nick Schulman.
Nick
Schulman.
Shulman and Seidel were the two that I had in mind.
Chewy. Chewy's from Comac.
Is he?
Yeah, he's from Long Island. Dan
John Deeb
O'Brien.
lives
Galfond?
upstate. I don't
Dan
know.
O'Brien.
Someone said maybe Galfond.
Dan O'Brien does not
Bryn
count.
Kenny.
Asher
Bryn Ken.
Kniff is from Brooklyn, I believe.
Conrad.
Sure.
Conrad.
Fucking
It's
Conrad.
Mm-hmm. I feel like
Best
the Jersey
Deuce
list
7 player in this
is more elite.
Well, Jersey now people
Nah.
live there from the city like me. Like I moved there to play like to get
Jersey's
space.
Ivy, Durr,
Efro.
Cheese, Efro.
That's
All
New
right,
York.
Efro counts. Efro's the Magic the Gathering goat,
Okay.
though.
New York has to be the best state of poker players for sure. Like to come out of there because it creates the best minds. Even if I didn't
you
know
have
this,
the grind set when you're from New York.
You have a hustle.
Yeah.
you
Like,
literally.
you can honestly make it anywhere else.
Without looking, I feel like I would take Jersey's top 10 versus New York's top 10.
Really? Okay, let's see.
I feel like
I mean,
Jersey's
well, yeah,
is
yeah.
very strong.
top 10 over top 10. I just because there's Phil Ivey in there. I don't know.
You just
Durr,
win top 10
Cheese.
off the top 10. Like
Durr,
you already
too?
said 3 that you just can't beat. Like
What, Ivy Durr Cheese?
for the most
Durr.
part, it's hard to fucking
Yeah,
beat that.
Durr
I
and
feel like Durr
Elias,
wasn't born. I feel like Durr
Bloomstein.
came from like a fucking like a clone, like a Rick and Morty chamber of glass. And they just broke him out, and he came out with his hair
Yeah,
done
I
and his
know.
mouth open,
I could
breathing,
see
just
that.
like. But you know, doesn't he seem like I can't believe he had a childhood like
I
Durr.
know. It seems like he would come from a lab, like for
Literally.
sure. Yeah.
Can you imagine him
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
with other kids or like being
No.
nervous
He was
to
like
talk to a
always
girl?
like an adult, and he came out of a lab. Yeah.
Like that's so weird that these people are real
Okay,
people.
no, I'm gonna call, and I will definitely take New York's top 10
Okay.
versus New Jersey's.
Somerville.
Bryn Kenny, Eric Seidel, Ike Haxton, Scott Seaver,
yeah.
Alex Foxen, Nick Schulman, Chewy, Vanessa Selbst, Dan Shack, Elio Fox.
Oh,
The
you're
strong top 10.
wrecked.
You're
The
wrecked.
strong entire hunt.
I'll tell you yours.
You said Dan Shack very confidently.
I'll give
Whatever.
you 2 states.
I was confident in the others, okay?
Sure.
Phil Ivey, Tom
Marchese.
Marchese,
This list is gonna be
Darren
wild.
Elias, Chris Klodnicki,
Klodnicki.
Clyde Nicky, goat.
Scott Bloomstein, Tom Dwan, Joshua Beckley, Matt Stout, Michael Wang, Michael Ruane.
Yo, you got raped on this bet. Sorry, not a good word.
Now that we're falling off.
You
yeah.
got wrecked.
New York is
New York's
Much
list
stronger
is
You
state.
got
really
sexed
strong.
against your will on this bet. I'll rephrase.
Okay.
Not rape, sorry.
I mean, okay, let's just look at like.
Man, it's
I'll give
hard.
you pick 3
Yeah,
random
it's
states.
It's hard to lose
New
after
York-
just naming those first top 3.
Yo, because
Ivy,
we have the
Durr,
best. It
and-
actually makes sense. Like I'm saying, we are the best. We are
But
the
like
best.
New York and earnings too, like if you add their total earnings, like the Elio Fox is the 10th and he has 10.4 million.
Oh, yo, it's over.
New Jersey's 10th is 3.5 million.
It's over.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
you're
New
fucked.
Jersey's list is largely comprised. After you get past like the top 3 or 4,
I
it's
mean,
largely
New York's
comprised of
list
just
is
people who
strong.
went deep in the
And
main.
11th is Sean Deeb.
In New York?
Yeah, he's from like
Yeah.
upstate, but still, New York City still influences the rest of the state. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, no, you're better. People are better from there. But anyway, yo,
Yeah.
listen.
Sorry.
No, what?
No, sorry to Berkey.
Yeah, sorry you're
had a
0
bad-
for 2.
I mean,
What's Pittsburgh like?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Pittsburgh
what
Pittsburgh
non-existent.
what
Dirty
pride do
diaper
you find
number
in?
1, Berkey number 2.
who's number 1?
Dirty diaper.
Oh, what are you talking about?
How tilt would that be? You
He
get
had one
top in your,
cash in his life.
and that'd be so tilt. You get top in your state, and then like some dude just like dunk deep.
No,
runs
no,
the
no. I'm
main.
like 5th in PA.
You're 5th in PA history.
Schindler, McKeon.
Well, you're right behind Schindler, I'm sure, right? You're nearing 35 mil. You'll catch him someday.
Schindler, McKeon,
Yeah.
Volpe, Matt Glantz.
Oh God, I forgot Volpe.
Those are the top 3: McKeon, Schindler, and Volpe.
I got to play with Volpe. It was so
I think-
much
You're
fun.
7th.
I fell to 7th?
You're 7th.
Wow, I used to be 4th.
Oh.
Well, you know, you used
Who
to
else is
be
above me? Wait,
pre
Glantz?
moneymaker boom. A lot of you
Schindler,
didn't have much
McKeon,
competition.
Volpe, John Hennigan, Glantz.
Oh, I forgot about Hennigan.
Daniel Ott.
Yeah, Daniel
Matt
got
Berkey,
2nd in the
Russell
main.
Thomas.
Yeah, and those ones are the needle ones that pass you on the list where it's like
They literally have one
run.
cash.
Yeah.
Russell Thomas is behind Berkey?
Yeah, 1 behind. Aaron Mermelstein,
Yep.
I play with him a
Gary
lot.
Gates.
I don't know if people know
None of them are
a
from
lot of these
Pittsburgh, by the
names.
way.
Like, I wonder how many names people know. Like, there's names that we know in the poker world that like the average people don't know because they've never been on like
Yeah.
televised stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and you were talking about the Hall of Fame. I'm gonna be in the Hall of Fame probably one day if I keep in the
No
poker.
shot.
But Rampage
I
should
think
be.
you will.
Well, you guys were talking about Rampage versus like somebody. Like what as far as what you do for the game. If you start pumping, you can be there. Very.
I think we were talking about like
You're
I think we were
dumping.
talking about like Savage versus the Mouth, but sure, Rampage, whatever.
Rampage
This
will be there.
No, we
24-year-old
did say. We
vlogger.
said Rampage or.
Yeah, you were doing a
or,
hypothetical.
What's his face? Tanking guy.
Mogul song.
Yeah.
Oh,
You were giving a hypothetical.
Yeah, I
like
basically
a
said-
much better player versus someone who's growing
Yeah,
the game,
yeah,
like or
that's
not.
fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Someone who's sucking versus
Man, that New York
blowing.
list is strong.
yeah. I think the Hall vote is a nightmare.
Look at the bicep. I can't not look at his bicep when he's like this. Look at that. Look at that fucking arm, dude.
Did you know he doesn't even work out his biceps in isolation?
It's true.
What do you mean?
He
What
does
I don't do
compound
arms.
movements.
I don't train arms.
Don't move that pose, yo.
Look
dude.
at him. He's
Look
doing it on purpose.
Now I
that's
am.
great.
Yeah, of course. This guy's been fucking blowing up my spot the entire podcast. He wants to
gotta
gas
take
me
your
up for
moment
3
in the
seconds. I'm gonna
spotlight.
let
Oh,
him.
I'm sorry. No, man, I didn't mean to be disrespectful.
No, do it. Do it.
No, please.
I'm sorry.
We need more of it.
Yeah, we do.
No,
We're here for it.
Shit on me. I'm sorry
It's
that I'm
good.
not-
It's a good dynamic.
I'm fucking reporting straight from Twitter. Ari Angle says the line to get into the Colossus is the longest he's ever seen this year. He wouldn't register it. Just letting you guys know. This is a
Shrugging.
straight report, straight from Twitter.
I wonder what they could do. I wonder how they could navigate this better. Cap it?
Like how to.
No.
I think that they could streamline the registration process.
There
It's
has
not
to-
registry.
this is the
This
sit,
is
right?
the
the
sit.
seating
This is the
process.
sit. There has to be some
I think that
better
they
way.
could streamline the seating process.
No, you have to understand what's happening is they're hitting a cap, and
Oh,
then
there's not enough seats.
correct.
Period.
Are we
Correct. And now
sure?
there are 1,000. Yeah, 100%.
It's not just the speed the ladies getting
Bro,
your,
yeah.
your ID
Because there's
and
that
giving
one
you
lady.
chips.
yeah, it's been
She's
running
really
for 3
fast.
hours. Of course, it's there's no seats.
They started late today. They didn't start till like 11:15. It was supposed
What-
to be 10.
Okay, so for 2 hours then,
What's the max you think you can hold?
6,000, 7,000 maybe.
Wait,
6,000?
the whole venue?
Yeah. No, the venue itself could hold more. I think they have enough dealers and tables for like 7,000.
Oh no, it's gonna go way over. Like my year 2019 was 13,000 in the Colossus
Total. I'm saying per day.
I know, so I'm saying 7 times 2 is 14. Like,
It's only 2 starting days.
yeah,
Okay, so I think that's the biggest problem.
yeah.
I think the easiest way to circumvent this is cap it at like 7 or 8K per day, and then have like 4 or 5 flights.
I don't know.
Isn't that what they did?
Capping it just really sucks for people like.
Isn't that what they did the year you went deep?
capped it?
No. They had like 3 or 4 flights.
It was
They had
only
like
2, I
19
think.
flights,
Really?
thought.
How many?
I'm pretty sure they had a shitload of flights.
Yeah, the first
they had
time
a shitload of flights because Berkey kept coming home fucking.
the first time I played Colossus, Jordan played it 11 times.
Oh, it was Jordan. Sorry, it wasn't you.
My year might have been 2. No, I think the year before, because my year the Big 50 took over as the biggest low buy-in big field tournament.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
since then, that's been like 2019 was the first year that the opener was the big low buy-in event.
Wait, no, you got fourth for 300K or 200K.
I got third for 200K.
What was first?
400.
Oh, that's so sad.
Wow. Okay, so you are right.
I
so
was the
gross.
first year of the lower Colossus, like when the Big 50 took over, and then the next time was the reunion, the house come, whatever. This time, house
Yeah.
warm,
Gotcha.
you know, whatever.
House come.
House come.
Yeah.
Warm come.
House come.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Well, yeah, but that's not happening now, right? Because the housewarming didn't have this problem. Yes, there was a line.
Well, they had 4 starting days, right?
Correct. Three.
Yeah.
Well, it might just be because they started late, man. I don't know. Maybe there are seats. We're all just
But they
making
also
up.
only allowed one re-entry per flight.
This is like
In the
that too.
Colossus?
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter because you couldn't enter this multiple times if you wanted to.
I love the housewarming, dude. I had so much fun. Like,
No, that one seemed fun. I'm sorry.
I had a
missed it.
blast.
It was fun.
I wanted to max bullet. Like, yo, I finished. Yeah,
I had a blast though because it was the first weekend. I won't play Colossus now.
Everyone's
I've done
in
my
high spirits and excited to be there.
I've done my
Yeah.
shaking hands and kissing babies, and it's like I'm dead middle point of the World Series. I'm peak miserable. I definitely don't want to.
victim.
I don't want to be surrounded by 20,000 people that are, in good spirits when I'm not.
But you mean handshaking, holding babies, people like coming up to you to
Yeah,
say
which
hi?
I enjoy that. I actually don't mind that at all.
If
Like
he sees
I'm,
a baby, he just runs to kiss
I'm
it on the
always
mouth.
happy.
I'm not gonna give you shit for this.
No,
part, 'cause
I'm always happy to stop for a picture, to chat somebody, even to hear hand histories, whatever. Like that doesn't bother me in any way,
don't
shape, or
give
form.
me hand histories.
But what I'm saying is like they're all like this is their main event for a lot of them, and this is the most enjoyable time that they're going to have throughout the series. I don't want to dampen that.
Yeah.
And it's such a small buy-in to me, and it's such a long shot. Like I just don't want to make anybody else's experience bad when I know it's my job as an ambassador to like kind of make them feel welcome. Like I don't want to go sit with the headphones on
Yeah.
and just like not talk to anybody
Right.
because I'm playing a fucking shitty down bad 400 invitational
10
where
handed.
I'm just praying to God that I hit the lottery and win the damn thing.
Well, so max late reg though, at least. Do you want to take one for the team?
Can't do it. I can't. The days are so long. It's like a 14 and a half hour day one. And especially now that they started late.
What time does the day end?
Well, it was supposed to end at
long.
like 2:45.
A.M.
Yeah.
It's long.
From a 10 a.m. But now it's going to probably end at 3:45 because they started an hour late.
I don't like that at all.
I max late reg when I finish third.
I think my next event will be the ladies.
Huh?
Ladies event is my next one, I think.
The thing is, if you max late reg now, you might not get in until like an hour.
I don't care if I
Plus-
have 6 bit. I mean, I'll
Yeah,
just be
that's
near
fair.
the money. I mean, I'm never gonna tank in a low buy-in event, but like,
God,
you know,
man, yesterday in the 2K, I wanted to. This is why I'm peak Miz, not because of bad luck or anything else. Like that stuff happens, it rolls off. It's because of the experience that you have while suffering through all this.
yo,
Yeah.
yesterday was horrible in
Like
the 2K for
Harrison
me too.
Gimbel is a fucking excellent player, and we're in the 2K and we're like 150 people out of the money, and he's taking a minute and a half before folding every fucking hand because he has 12 blinds.
Start calling clock.
I mean, we started to make a fuss of it at the table, but it's like I max late reg because I was coming from Arya, and it was like the second I got to the table, he was playing that slow. The very first hand dealt at my table, he was involved in a three-bet pot, and it took 6 minutes.
Honestly, that's the best way to make money in that structure, though. Like,
I know.
I thought about max late regging, and then I'd be like, I'd have to max scum tank, and it's like a guaranteed cash almost. They fucked up with that.
problem with structures like this is that the EV of not playing hands is always going to be greater than the EV that you can derive through your strategy.
Yeah.
Period. Because the structure is just fast enough where like no skill is going to outpace the EV of just outlasting other people who are forced to play hands.
Especially when you can enter that late into it. Like
Right.
the structure yesterday, that's the shortest stack I think I've seen of. I don't know if
Yeah,
this-
you can get
if
in with 10
10
blinds.
bigs. Is
Yeah.
that's the shortest max late reg I've seen this WSOP.
I think you're right, yeah.
Even the housewarming was like 15 or 12 at least.
12 and a half,
Millionaire
I think.
Maker was 20.
The what?
Millionaire
Maker
Maker
was 20. Yeah.
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 Hour levels.
Yeah, so you get in with 10 blinds and you were about 150 out of the money.
Yeah, that sucks for a field that knows how to tank too. You know,
Yeah.
that's very annoying. Like,
Yeah,
but
the 2K price point's a little awkward because there are enough good players that are incentivized to play. And it's still small enough where like you're getting, I mean, it got 2,000 runners. That's
it's pretty
Yeah.
good.
unheard of.
I was so miserable because my table, everyone just agreed to play slow for no reason, and I called clock. I called clock like 2 months, like in the Super Turbo, they were getting mad at me. I was like, yo, all I did was hit the button. The floor will decide if it's fair or not, like, you know?
Yeah,
but people must feel so awkward, though, new players. They don't know when it's appropriate. It's like such a thing that I feel like people would abuse it, but I wish there were anonymous clock buttons you could do once in a while or something.
And
because
then maybe like if more than a certain number
What's
goes
also
over, the clock automatically starts. you
Well,
know? That would be cool.
they do start to take time off of your clock, but the problem is like so even yesterday, whenever we're 150 out of the money or whatever, there's still like 520 tables, right? Or no, sorry. There's still like 52 or 55 tables, something along those lines. And there's a high roller going on, a mega satellite, the daily. So it's like there's one floor person dedicated to the entire 2K. And it's like, how are you going to clock people?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That
Like,
was
they
happening in
can't
the
manage it.
3K6 Max. But I think, though, that aside from that, the subtler things to speed it up, because that's a different issue around the bubble than, like, this guy who's for sure going to click the wrong button once he does, waiting and look, just this fucking old guy. Bro, you're going to torture Stack. Stop it. And he looks
Stop delaying
around
the
and
inevitable.
then looks at his cards. It's like, come on, man. Look, when the other guys look, he's not fucking picking up shit. This
Right,
guy doesn't know what planet he's on.
And like
to your right.
so that's what makes it really difficult.
All that
right?
shit adds up.
Right. So like that's what Harrison was doing.
But
He was
doing
through
it for
theatrics.
EV. This is like idiots doing
fair.
it because like to copy like.
He was doing it because other people were doing it.
I guess my point is,
I guess, yeah.
my point is, there's no way to prevent Harrison from doing it, because if what happens
There is you call clock.
no, because this is the thing, right? When do you call clock?
The second time he folds after thinking for longer than a minute. If it's just an open fold, I'm calling clock the next time. If I have a big
But
stack.
at what point?
If I don't,
but at
and our
what point do you
incentives
call
align-
clock?
What do you mean at what point?
How much time do you give him before you call clock?
Whenever I feel like it, and the floor decides if it's fair. Like,
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if
you just press the button.
Stop.
Sorry.
If you give
Yes,
him
ma'am.
30 seconds to act and he hasn't acted yet, and now you call clock, it takes the floor 2 minutes to get over to him, to count him down for.
Oh.
This is why it should be a voting button at the table. If majority presses the button, the clock auto starts.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
like
but
that.
when do you
Hand is
press
dead
it?
after.
Wait,
Whenever you want, and if everyone presses it,
whenever you want.
then all
All you're talking about is just the shot clock.
No.
Like, if we had the ability
a
to
voting
implement
button.
Right, but then who initiates the clock?
Everyone.
It's automatic. As soon as a
So a
certain
shot
number.
clock.
But I think
No,
it's
as soon as a certain number votes, the clock is started.
Where is the clock?
I don't know, wherever the shot clock is. But it's
So then why
I
wouldn't you just have a
understand
shot
what you're
clock?
saying.
because it
but-
starts when the people fucking vote.
But why wouldn't you just have a shot clock and not have to vote?
Well, you're thinking of pre-flop every decision. We're talking about on a river or big
Yeah,
spot
like when it's
and
a
earlier in the
big- a
tournament.
long thing
for
going
bubble
on.
play,
Right, but
Matt,
like
wait, for
whenever.
bubble play, it sends a message. The floor knows it's worth it. Every time I've even fake called clock and been like, yo, I'm gonna call clock soon. The whole table
that's the
speeds
point
up.
That's the point I'm trying to
earlier.
make, is that we called the floor over and aired our grievances, and she goes, okay, just call clock, and then walks like
She's right. Just call
but
clock.
Then she walks like 100 yards away. So now what Harrison does is he waits his 30 seconds, and as somebody's about to go, he folds.
Okay.
Okay, so like in truth,
So
you
you
have to
call
call
clock.
clock the second that the person before him acts.
If they're doing it, yeah. Actually, I've literally been in a tournament where near the bubble, I have chips, and so it's on somebody, and I instantly call clock. I'm not even being sarcastic.
What you guys are
I'm
not
joking.
understanding is that you need a floor person to initiate the clock.
Right, and then reduce the time of each time. Sure.
Right. So if they're not standing by your table, you don't accomplish anything.
But they've been good enough, and they'll give a warning, and then the person it was like cut in half, and then you have like no time.
I just think you were like dealing with somebody reasonable who wouldn't try to maximize the spot. But like Harrison's doing it strictly for EV purposes, and he knows how long it takes to get a floor over there. So like if we call clock and she comes over and she counts him down, he folds, and we say like, look, this is a problem, and she goes, okay, I'll be available, and she's somewhere in the vicinity. It's still going to take her 15 to 20 seconds to walk over. He's still going to have a hand. He's now going to wait for her to initiate the
That's
clock.
not been my
He's going to
experience.
fold.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that tables should have anonymous buttons anyway. Like
Yeah.
not just for clock
Many
reasons,
more
but for like. if
You need
someone's
to call the
being-
floor?
Yeah, like to just have the floor nearby.
just
or
not
something.
practical.
Because but like there's been so many situations where there's like some harassy stuff going
Yeah, of
on or
course.
something, and you don't want to say something, and you don't
Yeah.
want to get up and make it obvious. But
So-
if you just had a button,
Or send a text to a number.
yeah,
yeah.
a text,
Hotline
not
for
how,
each,
Right, but it's
number.
just not.
It's like there's an issue going on here that might escalate. Like, can we have someone nearby? Like,
Yeah, but that's a very I agree with you. Obviously, that would be a great thing. Jamie suggested it when we were talking about like ways to clean up the game, but like that's a very extreme case by comparison to clocking. And if you give 600 people a button and there's one floor person, they're just getting paged the whole time.
I don't think that ties in.
It's just not practical.
But wait, but listen, like for the clock thing, and Mel, you're right for that stuff. That Jamie and your stuff with Jamie was great, and I didn't know how to like handle it, like whatever. Anyway, but like. Listen. That's not been my experience with clock, and you have way more experience than me. I belligerently call it, and I belligerently tank when I need to. I don't give a fuck. It's within the parameters, unless I'm at a low buy-in event. But like, I had 4 bigs in a 2200 in Florida, and I vlogged this, and it was massive for me. And I did every scum thing I could do, argue with the floor person to take longer than the amount of time on the clock. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't care because it's within the rule. It's like on them in a way. I do care because I don't want to be a shithead, but they should have a shot clock for that period of time when we're hand for hand and people know what's up.
Yeah, of course.
But the same way, when they were calling clock on me, they hung around. They're like, "Is it a problem with this guy?" Yes. So every time it went in half. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think
I understand.
You're making you're talking about a hypothetical. Florida. I'm telling you how it's actually unfolded.
But you're talking about scenarios that are very small fields with many, many, many floors.
But you're talking about a thing you didn't even try. Like, why don't you try to call clock?
I have done this before in the past. I'm telling you at the World Series. Look, I told a story here 3 or 4 different times where Alex Keating was convinced our entire table at the main event to stall after dinner break when we were 6 hours out of the money.
I did that in the 6 max.
No floor would handle it because they can't.
Isn't
they
that
couldn't.
like technically collusion?
Yeah, we colluded as a table in the 6 max. Shout outs to my whole table in the 3K 6 max. I said, guys, we're locked to make the money. A lot of us are short. And a guy literally just fucking fixed his tee one time. It was on him. It's on the tournaments to change it. And I wouldn't do this like in a 500 bubble like or something.
Yeah, how can you say that in the same breath as you should try harder to get people to speed up? Like, you know it's impractical. They're understaffed.
Well, it depends what's in your best interest at the time.
No, they're understaffed. That's the point.
If you have a lot of chips,
when you're talking about Florida, it's like, okay, they have like 12 tables on the bubble and they have 5 floor people. It's no issue whatsoever to have somebody just hover over a table and clock.
Right.
But they can't do that at the World Series. There was literally in the Paris room yesterday, there had to be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 120 tables running with maybe 4 floor people. How on earth are they going to operate clocks?
Like the main is going to be real. I mean, I hope I get to the bubble of the main, but like, yeah, that
the main's a nightmare every year because of this.
Well,
like,
so
people start tanking hours out.
At the very least, we have to use. It's like say if you got beat up, all you could do is send a letter to the DMV and it never worked 1% of the time. At least do that. At least we have a clock. It's going to work shitty. Just call it, and like we at least have to use the mechanism. But instead of just being a victim more on your podcast, it's a great show. It's a great show, and you look sexy.
It's not a practical solution. Like the problem obviously runs a lot deeper than being proactive in calling clock. And if it's one of those things where it's as simple as implementing a shot clock, we're talking about literally just buying more iPads.
Yeah,
it's that easy, right?
Yeah. So
it's a choice by venues to not execute shot clocks at junctures of the tournament where it matters to do so. And I get it for WSOP because, like, at scale, this is very difficult to do. You have a bunch of new dealers who aren't accustomed to it. They're going to need training in shot clock. Like, so you do it for the higher buy and stuff. Fine. Like, I'm not suggesting this should be true of the 2K. But to not have a shot clock in the main is absolutely unforgivable. And I don't care if it is, a couple thousand people. It might be like 1,800 people on the bubble this year if they get 10,000 people. I don't care, right? 180 to iPads. It's not going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, just execute.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I think
it's either 180 iPads or 180 floor people, and you're not going to hire the latter.
Yeah, the iPads are better.
I don't know if you need one per table, but
well, you understand what I'm saying. Like,
I think I don't know the going rate of a human right now. I think that iPads are cheaper, but I haven't human traffic. I haven't bought a 25K pillow on Wayfair in a while.
Imagine they just hire actual humans to
25K pillow on Wayfair.
Yo, remember that? You could misclick buy a kid if you're just like a mom. That was a conspiracy theory. It'd be like they had children trafficked on Wayfair because they would list like a chair but then it had like coded words in it, and it would be like $20,000
No
chair.
way. Wait, so
And
did
then it would-
anybody accidentally buy it? And
A mom in
then-
Ohio did, and she had a
And a
no,
child?
I'm joking. No, but we were joking about that'd be like a good like sitcom where she's like,
Yeah.
"Oops, honey, I spent $20K on a pillow." He's like, "You what?" And then it comes and it's like, "Oh, I love him."
baby,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like our kid, but
Wow.
someone's looking for that kid. Anyway,
Wow.
whatever. It was a conspiracy theory that wasn't true.
I love those conspiracy theories.
Yo, it's sick. People were putting coded words of like missing children in
Yeah.
the
Oh my
description
God,
of the
I love-
chair that
it's so
should normally
scary.
$100 for $20K.
Yeah.
When you bought your first kid, Matt?
Well, Conrad came to me about
Oh, look here.
5 years ago.
Oh no, I didn't know. I didn't want it to come from QAnon
Oh, it's
Con.
Q. Well, the viewers have commented that I have a QAnon tattoo.
Is
So
that where
you?
you came from?
No.
You came from Wayfair?
I'm a wafer baby, yeah. I was ordered. My brother told me I was adopted, so I am adopted from Wayfair.
Wow.
Wait, how's y'all series is going, yo?
I'm down. I haven't played very many events.
Going.
Matt?
I'm done.
We're down a couple
down
buy-ins.
Saving it for the
I
main.
have 1 cash.
Wait, what do you do? I have 4 but I'm playing too much.
I'm
But,
gonna plug the $1 million bounty. That's what I've
No,
decided.
the fuck you're not. 'cause
So the
that's
$1
what I'm
million
here for.
bounty is the same day as the main event.
No.
Same day. Yeah, it's
Yes.
yes, there's overlap.
So can we play catch at
As
least
day
then if
one
you're
of
not
the main
playing?
Sure.
event. Like,
Yeah, but the $1 million bounty is a 5-day event, and the main is going on at the same time. So how does that work?
You can
I
still play
won-
both.
How?
Sean D like runs back and forth
Yeah, we're all going to be running back and forth.
The $1 million bounty
from
is
Paris to Valleys.
$1 million bounty is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. The main event
Is the third.
is the 3rd,
onward.
4th, 5th, and 6th day ones.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so
So how do we win $1 million
you
again? Just to be
can't
clear.
play both unless you bust the $1 million bounty.
Of course you can.
How?
If you won the $1 million bounty, you would buy directly into day 2 of the main.
So you can only play both if you buy in day 2 of the main.
It would
No.
be
If you
impossible
win.
not to
No,
play both.
There's
can not win the $1 million
day
bounty.
ones for the main. There's
Yeah.
like 5 day one, 4 day
There's 4
ones.
starting days for the main event.
Yeah,
Okay.
No Euro Day this year?
and you start on
What?
No Euro Day this year of the main? Day 1. Remember everyone last year was fading
Yeah, it's the 4th of
ENF?
July.
The 4th of July.
It's always the 4th of July.
Oh, really?
That's
I'm
the
new to
Euro
this.
Day.
Yeah, that's Euro
That's
Day
the Euro
for
Day?
sure.
They
Gotta
disrespect
be.
our country and play.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about our freedom.
What's the best day 1? Well, this is a meta game now, actually.
It depends if you want to play 10-handed or not.
I don't mind 10-handed.
The last day is 10-handed, but obviously the softest.
Sorry, you guys already talked about this. I'm just like asking
No, it's fine.
personal
Yeah,
advice
yeah, what
on
is
the
the? I don't
podcast.
know. What is the best day?
I always play the last day personally, but the way I'll do it this year is if I bag the bounty, then I'll play the day 1 that is the off day of the bounty. So
that's
I
a
think
good idea.
I think the bounty is the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are all day 1s. So if I bag on the 2nd or 3rd, I'll play either the 3rd or the 4th.
Okay.
I'm shocked you're so excited for the bounty. How much is the entry? 1K?
Yeah, it's gonna
He's
get
got all the
20,000 runners.
hopium for the bounty, even
Yeah.
though it's the chances of pulling the $1 million bounty are so low.
I just want to win the lottery.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? But and then
But he has
meanwhile,
hopium for that.
He in the Colossus, he could go max late reg and win so easy, and he's like not gonna do that.
No.
Win so easy.
It's also like it's
all
also
I have
like
to do,
a third of the
all I have to
money.
do is knock one person out on day 2 in this mystery bounty, and then get lucky pulling a fucking
So-
thing.
Berkey doesn't wake up for less than fucking $500,000. There's,
Yeah,
there's
that's
only
true.
like $400K for first in the Colossus. Like it might even go down. So
not
it's
enough.
like
No, I'll go play something where it's like 100 or 200 to first, but I want it to only be like 100 runners. Like I don't want to play a 10,000 person tournament where it's 100,000 to first. I'm not playing the 11 rebuy on stars.
Okay, so Kitty posted a tweet that ranked the best main event days.
Okay.
Should I read it?
Yeah.
July 3rd, Sunday. Players want to go home ASAP if they bust. Sunday's always good. July 4th, most Europeans will play because it's not their Independence Day. July 5th, you'll have 2 days off, mostly pros. July 6th, only have 1 day off.
Wait, day 2's July 7th?
Yeah.
I mean July 8th.
Or July 8th.
What was you talking about? 1 day off? It's not.
yeah, it would be July 8th because the first 2 days will go on the 7th, and then the last 2 days will go on the 8th. I believe.
So no matter what,
So
you have a day
July
off.
3rd seems to be the best.
That's the first
Based
one.
on a tweet I just
Based
read.
on Kitty Quo's tweet.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't think that people are excited to leave. But yeah, 3rd being on a Sunday, if you bag on the 2nd in the millie, in the bounty, that seems great.
If someone as great as you is over it, I think many people would be. I mean, it's disappointing to hear.
It has nothing
guys.
to do with my
Poker's
ability. It
dead.
has everything to do with me being old.
How old are you?
I'm 40. I've been doing this for 20 years. It gets tiresome.
I would
understand.
imagine it does.
I just don't get excited for the series the way that I used to. Like, it was different, man. The series, and everybody should be pumped for the series. Like, I don't want to be the one to dampen it. Like, it is
Well,
the
you are.
best time
This
of
shit
year
is
for
fucking
poker
awesome.
players.
Don't let him,
It's
bring
Christmas.
you down.
You know,
Yeah,
he is
we'll correct
dampening
him.
it,
This
but
is
you know.
fucking
It's
great.
Christmas. It represents massive opportunity, but the industry has changed, right? Like, in the past, you came out, you played what you could afford, and it would give you a chance at like life-changing money in some way, shape,
you
or
can
form.
like dramatically increase your
Right.
bankroll.
If you're an average buying guy of 100 to 500, where you get to take your shot at a 1500, where you win $250,000,
Yeah.
and now suddenly like you're on a different sort of
Suddenly
career
you
trajectory.
can play like 5Ks
Right.
or, you know.
Me, dude.
But
like,
that's
even,
not
like,
that's
yeah.
not the industry now. Now it's are
mean,
you a tournament player? Okay, sell down to your average buy-in, play
Yeah.
60 events,
Yeah.
and make your hourly. Right?
Were
And it
people
just
not
No, but
doing
for
that
your
before?
world.
They weren't selling and stuff?
no.
But that's from your world perspective. Like that's from like your world. I'm still in the like housewarming and the fucking the Colossus where I just lived this 3 years ago where I was just ABI nothing and won banked and then
Yeah.
parlay that a little bit with
Yeah, I think
but out
that's
of luck.
still a
Yeah, that's
thing
still a
people
thing.
can
It's
do.
still a thing.
But
It's
just
just
because you're just talking about how like the poker
the,
pros
the
operate.
buzz amongst the community is no longer the everybody being wide-eyed and optimistic that like this is going to be their year where they
Oh, I think that's so
I think
subjective,
there's a lot
dude.
of people that think
Hell
it's
no, I
going to
just
be
think
their year.
Misery attracts company, dude. You're in
No,
a fucking
no,
mush
this-
circle
You're in
right
the
now.
mush
See,
circle.
you guys just don't have the perspective. Like this is where it's unfortunate that like somebody older isn't here. When I say it's going to be their year, I mean that they're going to go from like nobody reg in the middle of nowhere, Mississippi, to now being on the face of Card Player and holding up their 2 bracelets with their life-changing money. Like that's not the dream anymore.
When you won your first bracelet, it wasn't like that for you?
Fuck you.
You
have
don't
any
think people
rings,
still
at
have
least?
that
No.
dream though, even though it's not the exact same?
I think it's the rec
It doesn't
dream now.
exactly look the way that it did for you, but
Well, I think it's
I
the
think that
recreational
thing-
dream now, and we as pros kind of turn our nose up at it.
I don't. I think it's
You
real.
do.
I
Who
think
called
it's
you
real.
a pro?
Huh?
Who called you a
Yes, it's
pro?
fair. Very fair. Very, very fair. I think
maybe
it's true.
maybe the pros that you speak of are just withered.
Well, what I'm saying is that's what's echoed throughout the community, right? Like, and this isn't just
But what, Twitter?
yeah. Poker Twitter is
It's
now
a
poker,
toxic fucking hell.
Yeah.
okay, but
Hellscape.
it's poker media
Of
now.
That
like-
doesn't represent poker as the.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't.
No,
it represents the
it's
people
small-
in poker
You
professionally.
don't understand. It's poker media now. There's no Card Player. There's no bluff. There's no pocket fives. I mean, they exist,
So
but
what?
like
Bonomo bitching on Twitter is poker media. What are you saying?
very much so.
Yeah.
Very much
mean,
so.
part
The
of
voices, the voices of the community are
There
much
are
more
so
amplified
many
via
people.
Twitter now than
Bro,
they.
what platform we on right now, my man?
Okay,
You heard of YouTube?
Right. But that's the whole point is like, you're not writing articles for bluff, right? Like there's no
don't even know what
qualified
that
voice via, exactly. Before poker media was reporters and then qualified voices through that platform that they lent themselves to. So whether it was Phil Locke or Daniel Negreanu or Antonio, like these guys would be asked to write articles in order to further themselves and kind of sell the dream. But once Black Friday came and went, all of that money exited and the dream really got dampened because there wasn't going to be the next Negreanu. There wasn't going to be the next Antonio. There wasn't some big institution to put millions and millions of dollars behind a face. So what ended up happening was you got less glorified for winning, right? The next up and coming generation. It's why if you go back to like that Rumble in the Jungle week, there was like a long discussion between Kuhn and I can't remember somebody else, but basically saying like how he felt like the torch had never got passed and that our generation didn't get its just dues in the limelight. And that's a byproduct of there being no institutional money pushing us, right? So it's like, yeah, he's a face of GG now, but sort of, right? It's kind of like in the shadows and he just low-key represents them. Like he got his bag and, he does his due diligence to ensure security or player safety or whatever the case may be, but it's not the same, right? He's not Durr on a full tilt commercial on NBC at prime time. And that's not anything against Jason. It's just representative of where the industry is now.
Why have the fields grown? Why is this the biggest event field sizes ever?
Because tournaments have no barrier of entry to them.
I mean, but I think that just because the dream is not what it was for you coming up, it doesn't mean there isn't a dream.
I agree.
That people
I'm just
have.
saying that I'm saying that dream has been been reduced to
Basically, you're poo-pooing on all of our WSOPs.
You don't even fucking play. You poo-poo it on yourself.
Yeah.
Wait, but Matt, first of all, Matt,
You literally walk in here every day and go, I fucking hate tournaments. I'm not playing another one.
Yeah, I probably will.
I
But then
fucking
my
love
fu-
them. I can't
I love
wait.
them.
I can't
Conrad,
fucking
let's go,
wait.
Conrad.
I do
Let's
hate them.
fucking
I
go.
can't wait. If there is no line of Colossus,
But
I'll be there, Matt.
I
Raging.
appreciate the energy in the air.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Everyone's
It's amazing,
excited.
dude. Yo,
You
but
don't even feel FOMO. Do you
No,
know
I
how
don't
much
feel FOMO about terminants.
That's
but
because
but the
you
cash
don't see
games
an
have been good.
opportunity there.
The cash, I just know how lucky you have to get.
Yo,
to
not having
That's my
FOMO
point.
is crazy.
Yeah.
I can't
That's
imagine.
my point. If you don't have FOMO and you don't see the long shot opportunity there, then there's no dream.
But bro, wait, why are the fields bigger than any? I sound like a Christian again, but why are the?
Because for recreationals, it's the lowest barrier of entry where it's a level playing field.
so the dream is dead, but more of them want to gamble. Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
But the dream is not an important part. Also, your dreams did come true. Like yo,
I'm
Yeah,
not
come
you're
complaining.
known in poker. You're very successful. You're a bracelet winner, a ring winner. No, but I'm being serious though. You really did like live it.
Wait,
like
wait.
you sound like, but you guys did get maybe like it was never passed. That there's never going to be another wave
Oh,
of like
I don't even care
Negreanu.
about that stuff. I'm just
It's
trying to be a
not like-
realist about the industry. Like
But I don't
when I'm
know
saying
that-
that there's no dream, I'm saying that for the aspiring pro, their aspirations are not to be on the cover of Card Player. They're not to be linked to a site and be a team pro. Their aspirations are simply to increase their hourly every single
I
day.
don't think that's true. I think I am the dream for an amateur. Literally getting third in Colossus randomly. Like I literally live the dream of poker. But YouTube though affected all of this, so it's not a pure poker story.
Hold on. How can you disagree with me and then shift it to amateurs? I didn't say anything about amateurs.
Then
I'm saying the aspirations for pros.
My negativity blockers were on so hard that I wasn't listening properly.
The
Fuck
aspiration,
pros. Who cares about them?
they make up a big portion of this community, and
Well, we
they're
don't
also.
need them. Wouldn't you rather it be us four and all Rex? Fuck the pros.
I'm just saying, like they're.
Fuck their dream Card Player magazine. What are you,
Yeah,
100?
fuck yeah, come on. Who reads magazines anyway?
Be on the
is
cover
true.
of a
It's
magazine.
not
No
about
one even
They
reading.
want
picks
to
up
be
a
on this.
magazine
They want to be
anymore.
in this seat. Seriously, this is the media. This is poker media. This is a way cooler hope that any for a rec.
Yeah.
Fuck pros, bro.
Who gives a fuck what the withered, cranky pros have to say about shit?
Yeah, they could suck a million dicks.
Yeah.
A million.
Well-
Maybe two.
Well, to some degree, the industry cares. That's why PokerGo is funneling everything to high rollers. It's why they are specifically cherry picking a handful of 20 people to promote because of the buy-in. Like they're
Wait,
creating.
why is that?
Because they're developing it into a sport-like segregation, like the pro-am, right? And if pros didn't matter, that wouldn't be the business model. The business model would be to televise the monster stack, to televise the millionaire maker, and to never put a high roller on, because the high rollers would then alienate. It's still everybody
what's their
wants to be
goal?
great.
What's their goal? Is PokerGo's goal isn't to grow the game; it's to get the most views and subscriptions, right? I mean,
But growing the game is
interests align.
necessary to do that. Yes.
Sure, but I think that also if we're mixing individual goals as a pro and growing the game. You know what I mean? Like they're not one and the same.
Well, they're one and the same in the sense that what I'm saying, I'm saying that the fun has been all completely sucked out of the pro path, because they're only.
Well, that grows the game right there. Statements like
Yes.
that to the public.
But it's the truth. If you're an aspiring professional, your entire mission is to study your ass off and continually increase your bottom line.
Yeah, it sucks.
We did not care about EV and bottom line. We didn't think in those terms. We weren't quantitative whenever we were coming up. It was all qualitative, right?
Uh-huh.
You thought about the bracelet, you thought about the notoriety, you thought about the media, and you thought money would follow. But now money is put forth first, and that disaligns from the amateur, because the amateur is still in the aspirations of fame and amplification and being able to puff their chest out and say, I'm good at this game. But the reason why I'm saying that is quote unquote dead is because there's no media propping that up.
right.
There's no media, there's no industry that allows them to realize that dream. So even if they go on to do what they aspire to do, winning the main event, winning the millionaire maker for 7 figures, whatever the case may be, they don't even get their 15
you win
minutes.
it for $1 million, I'm pretty sure. But go on, sorry.
Well, it was like 1.2 this year.
I'm being a dick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
But wait, no. But I think the dream is alive. It's just different places. I
Yeah.
understand.
Well, I'm
what
saying
you're
for the amateur, they don't even get their 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah,
They just get the money.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be a dick there, Matt. I hear
No,
what you're
okay.
saying. I don't understand why you're even making this sad point though. Like you're kind of making me
He
sad.
always does this. It's just his thing.
Really?
Yeah, he loves to just like not do the opposite of pump poker.
Yo, guys, you can come out here and win today, life-changing money.
Exactly.
Get rid of your ugly wife.
Yeah. Get rid of that ugly wife.
Get rid of
Win
that ugly
$1 million
wife, take your
in
kids. The
poker.
shit can happen
I mean,
today.
but also like you have to think about like the fact that like when I tell people the types of money that we are even able to play for in poker, they're like shocked. Like it's like, yeah, to a pro who's been in the industry for, 80 years or however long you've been in for.
Yeah, at least.
Like it's very like whatever, who cares? But like to other people, like to the outside world, like that they are getting their 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, bro.
To their communities, like their local
Kind
people.
of.
Yeah.
Kind of. I think what you're saying is true. The money factor is real. And that's the best thing that, maybe not the best thing, but that's what our promotion has leaned into.
But then being in a
Come into this community and have a chance at winning big money, right? But that sucks because
When
from a
you get
market,
to be on the final table, like there is it's
Yeah,
still filmed.
that's
Like
so
that's so
cool.
cool.
and where are
for
you
me.
going to watch it?
Whatever. But even
on
just
Poker
being
Go. When I was on Poker After Dark, my family got Poker Go subscriptions.
yeah, same.
Right.
When I was Colossus final
Think-
table,
think
they all
about that,
bought
though,
the
like-
CBS, whatever it was.
Yeah. But think about that. Like, it just doesn't scale, right? Like, everybody in your hometown didn't get to watch it. My best friends in the world have never seen me play any of the Poker After Darks.
Well, they're not very good friends.
Yeah, they're
then.
not very good friends. So you could just YouTube that shit.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you could just YouTube Matt Berkey playing poker.
No, I didn't say they never saw me play poker. I said they've never seen me play Poker After Dark.
Tell them to get poker.
Yo,
what do
tell
they-
them to be better
they
friends.
tell
My
them to
aunt,
get
who's
Poker Go
I'm her only
subscription.
nephew, didn't
You're
watch
missing
a
the
vlog of
point.
mine
If
for
my
like 5
best
years.
friends, if my best friends in the world aren't watching because the barrier of entry is too high, the people that I grew up around.
Give them your login.
Well, they're
Jesus
from-
Christ!
Wait,
Would you,
what's the problem?
would you
They're from
stop
Pittsburgh
missing the
as well.
point? It has nothing
Well,
to
the
do.
problem is that they're from the Midwest. That's the real issue.
Shut the
here.
fuck up.
What's the problem?
If your closest people are not watching it, then people who relatively know about you definitely are not watching.
Wait. So the problem is not enough people have seen Matt Berkey.
No.
Yes.
What? No, I'm saying zooming out. I'm not even trying to be funny. What's the problem you are telling us right now?
I'm telling you that it's a marketing issue if the people closest to you aren't able to get access to watching your quote unquote 15 minutes of fame. If they have to jump through hoops, then the people that are ancillary to that bunch, your teachers, your classmates, people that you've come in contact with, people who
What are they,
just
high school students?
relatively
Oh, from the
know
past. Never
of
mind.
you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
My
People
high
from your
school
town that know of
economics
you.
professor watched.
when you
my
when you
episode.
post a link in Facebook. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Do you understand when you make anecdotal examples and say like one specific person did something that doesn't represent a group?
It does, but
No,
no,
it
but
doesn't.
listen, yo,
It does.
but like anybody posting like their link to their like any
Link to what? It goes to
PokerNews.com,
PokerGo.
PokerNews.com being like, oh,
Yeah.
like Dick McGillicuddy's like wins a
Dick
that's exciting
McGillicuddy.
for them. Like if
Yes.
you get deep enough in the Colossus just to even be in an article, that's exciting. Like a guy in the housewarm was like knocked me out. And he's like, I beat the pro. I was writing to the like,
Right, but like-
that's exciting. That's
right, but
part
you
of it.
have
It just
to-
shifted from whatever Card Player Bluff magazine to YouTube and stuff like this.
Not
like,
to YouTube.
we,
Show
we,
me a
we out
piece
here.
of show me a piece of YouTube WSOP content from this year.
I'll show you 7
have-
fucking
they
vlogs
should-
I made, bro.
Okay, how many amateurs are interviewed in it?
I don't talk to no amateurs in my shit.
Do you guys like this is such a difficult conversation to have. Like you just keep trolling over and over again, but every point you're making is completely invalidated.
But ultimately, the
You're
fields
saying
have
that they're
grown.
getting amplified. Show me where. Where are these amateurs getting amplified? Where are they getting their 15 minutes of fame?
Well,
on the final
Not in your
table.
vlog. Not on YouTube.
Daniel Lazarus, Joey the Mush. Those are 2 amateurs that I've propped up with success.
The final
Cheong-
table, but the
D-Lab's
final
not an
tables
amateur.
are they are like partially on YouTube.
No, they're not.
They're not.
No.
What?
Final tables.
Yeah, sometimes.
The
And then
only
first
the
maybe-
hour.
cards down ones.
Okay, so do you what's the you really this upset that there's no fame
What is your
potential?
ideal like?
Yeah, what's your
I don't care. I'm telling you.
Oh God,
he
he's so
cares.
hurt.
I
Wait,
don't.
cares?
I literally don't care. I don't care what the potential is. This has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with the industry. I care for the industry's sake.
Right. And how do you? What's the problem? Just
The point I'm trying to make, that I've been making the entire time,
But try to do it.
is that there are two sections to this market. There are amateurs and there are professionals. For the professional, the dream is to increase their hourly. That's it. There's nothing else attached to it. It's about
okay.
money and money only.
I
For
don't
the
fully agree.
professional.
I don't agree, but go on.
The professional. The person who's doing this to pay their bills.
Yes.
That's their dream. For the amateur, it's their 15 minutes of fame. It's the bracelets, it's the glory, it's the articles, it's the pictures, it's everything that used to be pre-Black Friday. The amplification from media. That amplification doesn't exist. And you keep throwing a bunch of examples at me, and I say, show me one spot where you can find the amplification, and it doesn't exist. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's nothing that Joe Smith can point to when he wins the Millionaire Maker except one Poker News write-up and then a behind the paywall stream on PokerGo.
Yeah.
But what more
You're
was
saying
there?
it should be more accessible to the public. Like,
Yes.
What more was there back in the day
I
for
agree
the
with
guy
that.
who won event number 3 in the WSOP? He didn't become famous.
Yes, he did.
No.
Yes, he absolutely did.
Did he?
There was 50
No.
events on ESPN when I was coming up during the Moneymaker era. Every
right,
single
and you would
week
go
for
home and you would turn it on, and
Yeah.
everyone was watching it.
Yes.
It's a different experience.
every week there was a new final table for the half of a year for 6 months straight.
Okay, so if you final table, you'd be on TV. You're right. I mean, the main event
It was
episodes that were
massive.
edited were I love those.
So all you remember is the main event. They used to cover like 30 prelims.
well, I watched those after the fact. I didn't watch
It's
really
sort
at
of
the
like
time.
the Olympics. Like
But-
everyone's
yeah,
watching.
but they also did this
there's-
way post Black Friday too. Before PokerGo partnered with WSOP, WSOP ran a full streaming schedule every single
So are
summer,
you saying
50 events.
Poker Go's fault.
I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm saying that they changed the model
Yeah.
to funnel to their own best
subscription.
interest.
Well, can't you sort of blame the demand? I mean, maybe ESPN wouldn't have dropped it if it was being watched as much or something. Like, I don't know. Like,
Partly.
People don't really watch TV.
TV's
that
a
much
problem.
either.
Right, yeah.
Also, though, too, that's the thing that you're being maybe a little bit elderly about is that like it is shifting to YouTube. I'm only like 5 years younger than you.
I'm
but-
not saying that they shouldn't stream.
No. I'm saying that like it's just because it's not in these old like way. It's like you used to get your face in the
But
pictures.
it's not in the new way either.
In the papers, what?
It's not in the new way.
It's not. No, but the new way is developing. Like
The
you
new
know,
way
vlogs
is
are a
very
new
sort of
thing,
paywall-y,
or
I
whatever,
guess.
paywall. Maybe
YouTube
for the
is not
streams.
paywall. Neither is Twitch.
But nobody, you can't tell me Dick Fuck's name from 2005 who won the shootout that year. You can't. You don't know his name, I bet you.
I personally don't.
Look up the 05 shootout winner's name and let's see if we know their name.
I personally don't, but I promise you can find
Watch
a
it's
Poker
like
News interview with
fucking-
them on YouTube.
I think more articles would come up.
They would.
More hits would come up from this year's winner than that's delusional.
What's your point?
My point is trying to dispute what
In
you're saying. 'Cause There's no
2015
media hype, and there is. It's just different,
No, it's not.
It's
and
more
it's also not
sectioned.
important as much as maybe.
In 2015, the person that you're speaking about got his 15 minutes in fame. He certainly got an interview with Poker News.
All right, so you got to
He
start having
probably-
people on the show. Do your part. If you win a bracelet, you get to be
That's
on the
why
show.
I just asked you if you're interviewing amateurs in your vlog, and you
Okay,
said no.
we should do that. If you win a bracelet, then you get to come on the show. Should we do that?
No, it's too many
No.
weirdos would come on.
Okay.
We'd have 77 people on
All right.
here.
Yeah, ever since that dude won in the parking lot, they're so diluted. It doesn't even mean anything anymore.
Wait,
like
what-
bracelets.
what-
Should I
do you
start
want, what?
doing some more
Won a
on?
bracelet in a parking lot.
Should I start doing
Oh.
more boots on the ground interviews? Should I start doing that?
You'll get kicked out.
What do you mean?
You need media pass.
We
I can't
didn't
do
prop
shit.
up them.
I've already recorded videos.
Right, but if we start
Kick me
putting it
out
out,
then. Do it, because I don't want to play any tournaments anymore. Fucking do it. Kick me out.
you're right. The dream is alive.
I don't just because I personally don't like tournaments doesn't mean the tournament dream isn't alive.
But-
Yes,
you-
I put Rob Kuhn on the map, right?
Yeah.
yeah, you did.
I mean, that's fair, but like you represent
No,
a
I did. Don't
subsection.
stop, you
I
know.
like cash. The cash
I
stream is
put-
certainly live. There was like
I put Phil Ivey on the map.
232 tables running the other day.
Yeah,
in
and it's
all of Las
people
Vegas.
grinding out their
Cash is-
hourly.
Cash is booming. There's
But
it's
they
not
still-
just
I'm
people
not- I
grinding.
never once
it's
said-
not just people grinding out their hourly. There's recreational players. There's people having fun. There's people on vacation. There's people visiting for the series, dabbling in the cash. It's all over the place. It's not just pros grinding out their hourly.
Right. It's also self-promotion
It's
too.
mostly-
Mostly, like
It's
There's a
mostly
lot
that.
of pros in certain places, and then other
You
places.
think that
it's
there are a lot of
reps.
recreationals who are just sitting 100 deep on a 2-5 wait list, like here for a 3-day vacation?
There's not 100 deep on a wait list everywhere.
Almost, for the most part.
Not that I've seen.
It's because you only go to Resorts World.
Yeah, well, go to Resorts World.
It's just like
I go where the wait list is shorter. What do you want me to go sit?
no, but it's just like you
Somewhere
have to
else?
acknowledge that what I'm saying is fundamentally true. If you go to Bellagio, Wynn, Venetian,
There's plenty of it's really not just pros grinding out there. You haven't been in the open game streets in a
Yeah,
while.
I think you're out of touch.
okay. By all means, I want you guys to go throughout the city and test out some of the 2.5, 5.10 waters.
Test what? Take some of their
I
blood and
have
test their
been.
soul
No,
and motivations.
you've played in a private game at Resorts World.
It's not private.
It's invite only.
It starts with a list.
Okay, it's private. That's
I
exactly
play Win
private.
2.5.
Since the series
the
started?
dream is alive.
Of course not, because the Win 2.5 list is 100 deep.
I don't know that.
I know that, and you're refuting me.
I don't know.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm bringing
Okay,
all this
but it
troll
is.
energy. But Matt,
It is like the
What's
games
wrong?
with short list are the worst games. Like
what's wrong with him?
I don't know. Like
you guys are calling me a liar, and I know
never
for a
called-
fact
I
what's
literally
happening.
never called you a liar.
Disagreeing.
I don't
What?
think anybody
I've never called you a
liar.
liar.
Just said I haven't been in the open games. I don't know what's going on.
I
Have
said
you
you
been
may
in
be
the
out of
open
touch.
games?
Huh?
Have you been in the open games?
I don't need to be in them to pay attention. Look at Veronica's stories. She left the Win because it was 100 deep. She went to Resorts World and the game was trash. Shocker. There's no list in a trash game. Who would have thought?
What, the 2.5?
The 510, whatever.
Guys,
510
please like and
Resorts World is
subscribe. Matt needs
trash?
your help.
There's 20 on
At
the list
the-
right now at Win.
At the WSOP
You mean at Paris?
or Paris, whatever. What did I say?
You said Resorts World.
Oh, sorry. I meant Paris. Yeah. Paris Bally's, wherever the
Okay,
cash
so
game
it's
is.
one person's story.
I'm just saying, like, that's the way it's going to be. The longer lists are going to be the better games. The short lists are going to be the bad games.
God damn!
What?
Bellagio has 87 people on the 2.5 list, and 1.3 is 75 people. It is 1:42 in the afternoon.
Right. How many Recs do you think are getting seats?
Like 65 in the 1.3.
Wait, what is this bad
There's
or
a
good?
lot-
These lists being long.
I mean,
It's good. I mean, it means that there's a lot of demand.
Yeah, it
I
means
don't
a
see
lot
why
of
that's
people
a
have
bad
maybe a
thing.
dream. Maybe. Biggest fields ever in the WSOP. Maybe it means the dream is alive for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
the WSOP. Look, I never said that the demand wasn't there. I'm just saying that.
I mean, that was my point, was that there is a lot of people playing. There's a lot of tables going. Like,
There's mad hope.
a lot of poker being
In
played.
Berkey's
can
defense,
vote.
there's 1,000 people waiting on the list right now in the city.
What? Wait, what?
In Berkey's defense to what he said, there's 1,000 people waiting on lists right now in the city.
But wait, how is that in his defense? Doesn't that mean there's hope out there in the
Oh, no,
It
streets?
means there's a
No,
lot
no,
of
he was talking
demand.
about-
Like, I was never saying that there's like not lists, but like there's a lot of demand, and then there's a lot of places that are opening up cash tables, and there's more tables being filled, and like it's a
Yeah,
good thing. I think it's a good thing for poker.
I don't think that expansion is actually happening. I think that, like,
All right,
you know,
whatever.
everybody.
Whatever I say is just no, and you know everything's negative, and we can go that
it's not.
direction.
It's not negative. It's just factual. Like, who added tables to the rooms? I don't think anybody.
If anything, tables are getting
Not-
taken away because of
Yeah, if
tournaments.
anything, they're getting taken away for tournaments. That's why the lists
like
are
the
so
Win
long.
back room is like
I mean,
three-
there's never usually 200 something tables running.
Matt.
Oh, yes, you're right. Tables are filled.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, the expansion of rooms isn't happening.
Okay, expansion of tables being filled. Fucking whatever. Can we end this fucking show? It's pissing me off.
Wait, I can't leave Matt this hopeless. This is so sad.
It's every
It's not.
episode.
Why are you taking it as hopelessness? All I'm doing is acknowledging, like, the current health of the market. It's like, yes, there are a lot of people that want to play, and yes, we're not serving them very well. Like, I don't think that this is unknown. There are 1,000 people right now waiting in line to get into a tournament.
right.
You think
That
we're
sucks.
serving them well?
No.
Okay.
But that has nothing to do with whether or not they're there, because that
They're there
speaks
'cause they
to how
wanna
strong
play.
the dream is in them, that they'll wait in that fucking hell.
I mean,
No,
have
it
you
just
ever seen
speaks
a
to the
line?
fact that the price point's been cut
Have you
into
ever seen a
1/3.
line to get into a music festival?
Where are you going with this?
like Travis World.
I'm saying, like,
Astro
when there's
World.
high demand, there's gonna be long ass lines, and people are willing to wait in those lines to get into the festival.
Right, but a lot of that is due to a reduction of cost. Like,
You're just making up a thing now.
no, I'm
almost
not.
feels like.
The smallest buy-in to the WSOP was $1,500 up until 2015. We never had 1,000 people waiting in line for that. Money is getting cheaper year over year because of inflation, and now the smallest buy-in is $400.
Uh-huh.
That's going to create more demand. Of course, more people can. It's penny change.
So
I don't think it's representative of, like, more people aspiring to a dream.
I feel
it's
like
just a cheaper lottery ticket.
I feel
Can't
drained
win.
of hope. I feel like you're like
You can't win.
like
I mean, you guys are
like when Emperor Palpatine becomes him into the fucking whatever he becomes.
you're positioning me to a point
No,
where
but
like
it's just like anything that we say that's potentially positive is just spun immediately into a negative.
it's not
You
a
realize
spin.
that's happening though?
Yeah, you're like, they have hope on that line. He's like, yeah, because there's a low buy and they're broke and
Yeah,
that's all
because
they
of
can
this and
afford.
this and this. No, he's like, it's never like, okay, yeah, you might have a point. It's just immediately spun into a negative.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of people listening. Well, I mean, whatever.
I mean, do you want what conversation do you want to have? Like, either we're going to have a reasonable discussion of why there's been decline in poker and why the masses are gravitating towards smaller buy-ins and towards these open field events that are much more level playing field, or we're just going to like preach hopium.
Wait, where do you see the decline in poker?
Why is
No,
it so
here's the
black or
thing.
white,
This is
though?
what I want to say. Like, is it still a decline, or are we seeing a moment of bouncing back, like to where it was? Because
I think tournament poker is on a rise, and I think cash game poker is in general on a decline.
Good, because it sucks. Cash games is for misregs and
But when I say
pussies.
that, I'm saying that by volume of participation, not by dollar amount per capita. So I think the average spend is probably still on decline. The average spend per person, regardless of which realm you're talking about, is on decline, and that's why buy-ins are getting lower. Like main event buy-ins were $10,000 a decade ago. You would never find one lower than that. Now they're mostly $3,500, and we've inflated however much over the last 10 years. That's not a coincidence. Now, granted, re-entry is a byproduct of that as well. But I think if you look on the aggregate,
what are you saying? I don't understand the
I don't
main
know.
point.
that the average amount of money per person flowing into the community is less now than it was in the past.
So instead, like, it used to be like a 5K average spend. Now it's like 1,500, 2K, whatever.
But more people. Okay, I see.
But there's more
How much
people
money do you
coming.
need? I mean,
More
you have 3
people.
mansions. You have 2 bracelets.
Why do you keep turning this into me? This is not about me.
No, but
Either we're going to have a conversation about the community, or we're going to have a conversation about me.
I don't see this problem with the community though. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm very new to it.
The problem is he has been in the game for a while, and he was in it also. Like when he entered it, was the fucking hype of the world,
Right,
of
right.
poker world. Like the sponsorship money, this, that, and the third. Everything was gold.
Right.
Everywhere you looked, your shit, gold. Absolute poker stars would have paid hand over fist for stupid stuff. Like and there's none of that anymore.
Maybe we're like Weezer, whose first album's great, and then they're still good, but not as great as it was. Right? Is that what you're saying?
It might never be as great as it was.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is probably we're getting out of a decline now. Like we're on an incline, starting to be on an incline.
Why do you think
Okay. It just hearing numbers, seeing people play, like seeing the fields, like
that? I mean, the acquisition model for MTTs is much better than cash.
Yeah,
because the barrier of entry continually lowers, right? Like there's a much lower entry point, but the rake is also by percentage wise much higher there.
yeah.
Right, so it becomes similar to like the 1-3 trap, where it becomes hard for those players to ever get out, and that's fine whenever you're talking about recreationals because it's just, it's throwaway money basically.
Yeah.
Isn't that the business model of poker? Period. Like for cash games and is recreation. It's like any sports picking scam, any phone room. Like it's like needing new people, new dead money.
But if you don't create health at that entry level of the ecosystem, it's going to collapse underneath itself, and that's what's happening with cash right now.
Yeah, I understand
they
that.
created a rake trap at the bottom level, and now not enough people are able to graduate, so it starts to become a house of cards where it crumbles
Well,
from
that's
the
a
top
different
down.
problem than the media problem. Like you were talking about before, the
Well,
dream aspect being dead, but that's
Well,
fair.
the dream comes from straight up like promotions, like
Right. All of that marketing that I was talking about is your acquisition model, so that you don't have to continually lower the barrier of entry and raise the rake.
So let's start doing an amateur of the year fucking contest. If you brick the most events or something, you get like incentivized punting.
Your
gift
rake
card.
back is that you're
free
you're on the
maintenance.
face of Poker Go for a day.
Yeah.
You've done it.
We should do something like that. We could do something. I don't know. I feel depleted of hope a little bit.
Too.
I can't wait to go fucking win a tournament. Let's go.
Fuck that. Let's go Colossus. Let's go Colossus.
Are you gonna
Let's
max
go win
late
that
reg?
line.
I'm not
Are you
playing
max
the
late
I'm
reg?
for sure gonna max later. I'm not gonna miss a day of the Colossus, but I am gonna.
Are
not.
you like both, or are you just gonna wait till tomorrow?
No, probably tonight. I don't know. I got a lot of vlog fucking shit to do, but I don't think I'm capable. I have too much FOMO, despite the zoo that it is.
Come
Yeah,
to
of
the
course. You
Nugget.
gotta You have to defend.
The Nugget?
Yeah, 1K,
But then,
1 mil.
but then I'm gonna be stuck there. I'm playing the tag team with the mush, and then I think the day 2s of that and 3 are.
It probably doesn't run together. Yeah,
I think
it
so.
Because Monday's day 2, I think.
Unless I just have faith in an idiot friend of mine who I love you, Joey, but to hold
Maybe
our
you should
stack.
team up with Berkey.
No, I'm not playing the tag team. It overlaps poker out
His
loud.
misery, I'll blow him. Literally, you'll
Yeah.
find me with a noose in my backpack.
I'm getting there. Trust me.
Like, you'll pass it back to me.
Every
like,
day I
we're
do this
up-
podcast, I'm like, why am I in poker? Why
We'll be
is
up-
anyone in poker?
Yo,
Apparently
really, I
it's just
know.
going into the ground. So
We'll have made chips somehow, and he'll pass it back to me with like some horror story, and I'll just want to die.
I played the tag team once. Oh, I played the 10K tag team. It was me, Robo, and Bob Bright. I was in charge of day 1 because I couldn't be there for anything else. And Hellmuth sat at my table, and it was him and Cantu that were partnered together. And he was just ranting and raving about something. I can't remember, but he tried to throw a needle my way because it was the year after we both final tabled the Super High Roller Bowl. And he somehow like he brought it up. He was like, did you make day 2 of Super High Roller Bowl this year? And I was like, yeah, I busted first level. I was like, did you even make it to the Super High? Because he showed up like 5 hours late and like snap busted. So I like needle him back or whatever. And then a hand happens where he plays queens in this very strange way, and I flop like a pair and a gut shot, and I river it, and I just jam into him. And he's like, oh, I don't think I'm folding. I think he had like top set, but I had a one-liner. He's like, I can't fold it. Hold on. And he stands up. He's like, Cantu!
What?
Cantu! Come look at this. I'm not folding, guys. I'm not folding. Cantu, come look at this. And he comes and hovers over him, and he's like, shows him that he has like top set of
What?
queens or whatever, and goes, I call. And I just table like 5-4 for a one-liner. He's like, I fucking believe it. You see this shit? Cantu's just like,
Can't you try to be like, yo, fucking fold, dude? Like, change your mind?
No. It was nothing like that. Like he basically declared that like he was always going to call with the hand. But he was just like making a spectacle of it to show how unlucky. Like you want to talk about victim. He wanted to demonstrate just how unlucky he got in his hand, and send him to the rail.
It is hard when you're sharing money with somebody else. Like me and D-Laz last year, he just came in the hallway. I was like 20 minutes.
you guys did tag team last year?
Yeah, we were in the. I cashed with Joey the Mush in 2019, and my friend Tom, who never plays, and then with D-Laz. I shouldn't have passed the torch. He just busted 10 bullets and then win 3,500.
Oh no!
And I like had 4x starting like so fast, and I literally 20 minutes went out, got the car, called Katie, spoke on the phone, went to the bathroom, spoke to a viewer of the vlog. 20 minutes, he's in the hallway, and I'm like, it was like a war scene in a movie, like. And he was just like, yeah, like
dude,
the doctor being like,
starting. How did you do it?
he's like, your stack's not gonna make it. I felt like a doctor telling me my baby died. Like I still had hope. 15 minutes into him telling me hand histories that he's gonna be like, I'm just kidding, we're still in. But yeah, it's hard without proof. Like I understand Hellmuth wanting to be like, yo, come look how fucked we got.
Yeah.
It's also fun because I had mad beef. I was like very friendly with the guy. We were having a blast. Then his partner came and we were calling clock on each other, like berating each
Oh my
other.
God.
We like hated each other. And then when they passed back, like he's like, oh, you have fun with this guy? He's like, no, I don't like him at all. Like,
I'm so glad you're back.
It's like the same stack but different people.
That's funny. I've
fucking
never
great.
played a tag team
Yo,
before.
you guys should play.
The tag team event
I
is.
should play.
We can't. It overlaps.
Well, the dream is dead, and I think that a lot of the people in the tag team have this idea that it's not because of the rake back. That it's going to be long
no,
lines.
tag team's on Sunday, right?
Day 1 is Sunday. It's hour levels. You could just have your mush play for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Nobody could play day 2. We have
Yeah,
poker
they
out
would just
loud.
have to have
Doesn't
their
start till, like,
partner
3
play
o'clock.
day
Wait, when's poker out loud?
Monday.
That's when all day 2s for the 1100s are this weekend.
I thought win day 2 was Sunday.
two. Isn't
That's
it
a
on a
35.
Oh no, you're right.
Wins at 3,500.
Whatever. I mean, if you make day 2, you just or maybe we end up not filming the OnlyFriends one. I don't know.
Yeah, figure something.
Fuck.
I mean, yeah, you and I don't have to worry about it. We're not playing
Yeah.
anything.
You know what would
We'll
help
be here.
the pod is you two of you winning the fucking tag team.
No, wouldn't. Nobody would cover it except us. We'd have to cover our own fucking win.
We're gonna cover our own fucking win, all right?
That is fair. that is my strategy to cover my own
We get a
wins.
thumbnail out of it.
Yeah. Holding a bracelet. Two
Right.
people.
Wow, look, 150K
Two bracelets for
thumbnail.
one tournament.
All right, let's get out of here. Ryan, as always, it's a pleasure. Monday, we are filming Poker Out Loud, hopefully, for the OnlyFriends cast. So it'll be me, Melissa, Conrad, Brian, Christian, and Landon. If any of them are at day 2,
Wait, can we please do like 7 deuce and stand-up game?
We'll do everything.
Wow,
Yeah.
we have to do everything.
Let's
to
make,
I think it's-
let's make
Everything
Landon's
to
head explode.
Yeah, I also think it's just a good time to test a bunch of different formats,
Yeah.
especially since it's going on YouTube. So yeah, I think we'll have like all of the carnival games.
Oh, Deuce to 7 will be so much fun.
Yeah.
Do some bomb pots and watch Landon
Yes.
just like mauled.
We'll do double board PLO bomb pot.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm not playing anything this weekend.
yeah, I think that'll be fun.
Just take all the 5s out of the deck for no reason.
Maybe we'll just
Dude,
like
that would be hilarious.
maybe we'll tell the dealer to like deal around a short deck and not tell Landon,
Yo,
and just like
I don't fucking understand. I mean, like, how do they fucking not have any low cards in their hands?
Yeah, let's
no,
it would
like-
take him to realize like I never.
like
high
we just
cards
don't
out.
let Landon in on the joke, and so like we're jamming like Jack 10 suited pre, and he's like snapping it off with queens.
Yeah.
And he's just like flipping.
that's gold.
Dude, why are there no low runouts?
That's fucking gold.
I haven't made a flush in forever. I have all these suited hands. What the fuck is going on
I
here?
finally got aces, and you put it in with Jack 10 suited.
It's kind of
It would take me a while to notice. How long do you think if you were playing a live tournament of just short deck?
there's
took
a
me a
story.
while.
There's a story of the guys from Ivy's room. They all went over to it was either to London or to Macau. So they all traveled to play with the guys from Macau because it was after they were banned from coming here. They played for 4 hours in a game where they were using a short deck and nobody picked up on it.
I wouldn't.
Like the
Jesus
Rex were just so
Christ.
pumped to not get dealt a deuce for 4 hours that they were just like loving life, only to finally realize that they'd been playing with a short deck the entire time.
That's really funny.
That's fucking insane.
That's like a Borgata guy got dealt pocket queen of spades and was so happy to just have pocket queens
He didn't
that he
notice.
tabled it not realizing. And then it
Yeah.
was like a whole thing. Like, it's like, I wouldn't realize any of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I would not realize.
I would just think I'm on a run of a lifetime.
The
Like,
only
wow, King
time is
Jack
like
again?
if
Yeah,
my
yeah.
like straight. Yeah, I know.
Let's go. I haven't had to fade one wheel board
Man,
or
I
nothing.
had Broadway cards the last 7 hands. This is incredible.
Dude, I wish you could do that for yourself. Just like click
Only
a button
you
and
have
be
short
like,
deck.
just you only get
Yeah.
dealt
Yeah.
nether, whatever.
Yeah, just suddenly you're getting top 40% of hands over and over again. But yeah, that's going to be the plan Monday. We are going to podcast before. We're filming Poker Out Loud for the subsite on Tuesday and Wednesday. Going to be really great lineup. Looking forward to it. I'm hoping I can talk a couple of the guys into maybe coming in and doing some guest spots. We'll be joined by Marchington, Espen from Overbet Express. Ginge Poker is going to be here one of the days. A lot of others that are still kind of up in flux. So she's in flux. It's her birthday this weekend, so
okay.
she's hopeful to
We'll
be
see
there,
if
but
she's-
not guaranteed. So we'll announce them as the lineups actually come to be. But really excited for the upcoming season 8. If you guys want to check out the current 7 seasons, head over to solveforwhy.io. You can get a 2-week free trial. Catch up on as much Poker Out Loud as you want. Cancel anytime. As always, we appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know what your poker dream is and how.
So
I crushed
Berkey
it.
can
And how I-
quickly
how I-
refute it and
how
tell
I
you why
denominated
it's
it.
stupid and not realistic.
Yeah, literally tomorrow. Oh no, not tomorrow, but
Monday.
Monday. Berkey will go through your
Each
poker
one.
dreams and
Tell
rip
you.
them
Well,
apart.
this one actually
You know what? He
the
wouldn't
ring
even
is
wait till
unbeatable. This one, the buy-in levels, they're too diluted.
He
It's
wouldn't
not
even wait till
scalable.
Monday. He'll just go in the comment section tonight. He'll fucking sit there and put
I'm
some
just gonna like
movie
them all.
on.
I'm
Dream
gonna like
Crusher.
every one of them.
Dude, wives. That should be a service for people's wives. Like send in their husband's dreams, then you can crush it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Just do it for them.
Send in
All
your
right.
husband's dreams.
We'll be back at 11:30 a.m. on Monday. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you then.
Let's get it popping.